Waiting for y'all Negroes and Negrettes to pop on in. You feel me? We got a very special episode show live from the condo. Oh, chill out. Tell you, I'm about to get in my rapper's bag. I'm about to be a ghostwriter.
Hey!
Everybody got one. Might as well, you know?
You living up to your bio today?
I am the backup rapper. You know what I'm saying? We got the man of the hour, the evening, the lifetime, Chris Patrick in this thing.
Young legend. Been here.
Shout out to everybody that's already here in the Condeezy. Please understand, take off your shoes. This is a Black household. I don't know where you're from, but you will respect the decorum that we run in this operation. You know, chargers and lighters, they stay here with us. So make sure you take it when you leave the condo. Be respectful. Make sure you use the ashtrays. The bathroom has spray and all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat this like your house. And if you don't like your house, then please don't come in this condo. But that being said,
What the fuck is good, nigga?
What's up? What's up? What's good?
I love that.
I love that intro. That intro heat.
you know, we had to make sure the condo was nice and clean for the one and only Chris Patrick. You feel me? Had to make sure we got everything. We got the hors d'oeuvres. We got the butler. We got the maid. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole suite for you in the condo here at Reasonable Dialogue.
I ain't hear no incense though. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little crazy.
You know what?
Like,
Some people
incense,
don't like
come on.
incense, okay? So we gotta know the slang for 'em.
That's real. That's real. I get it.
No, if you want some incense, we got that. Okay. We got that.
What kind of incense? You like the ones from like Jamaica Avenue where like, you know, the African daddies be selling it with the oils and stuff? Like those kind of incense?
I'm not gonna lie. That's right up my alley. That's right up my alley.
Exactly. I like that. You know, I'm an incense girl. I don't know about y'all, but I do like a little incense. You know what I'm saying? I like it to like dive in with the smell of the smoke from the, you know, puff of the dragon. I like that little mix sometimes. So yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna make sure we got some special Reasonable Dialogue incense for 2026 for the people.
Okay. For my 5%ers and all, we got y'all.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all having me. I'm super excited for this. I'm interested to see what y'all want to talk about.
Oh, man, we have a whole lot we want to talk about. But before we get into it, of course, we got to do a very big shout out to you, Chris Patrick, for being here in the condo with Reasonable Dialogue. As you guys know, we've been doing this podcast for this past year, and we literally love music, entertainment. And as Black women, we love to talk our shit and pop our shit, but we also love to give flowers to artists like yourself. I was very glad when we heard that your team and you guys wanted to come up and do a live space with us, because we wanted to do a live space with the artists that we really respect and we love. And you being one of the artists definitely just made this entire year just slam dunk. I'm talking about Steph Curry in the fourth quarter hitting that 3. We feel good. We won the game. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for popping up, and shout out to everybody that's here in the chat as well. You already know the vibes. It's your girl, DJ Miss Milan.
It's your girl, Jan Smeed.
And it's your girl, Jazz, and we in the condo.
I also wanted to say, too, this is very full circle for me. I don't know how many of y'all have been following me for long enough, but I've been a fan of Chris Patrick for like at least 8 or 9 years now. There's been times where I had to convince niggas like, he's him. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but yeah.
Facts.
So it's very full circle that he's here now. And there's another thing, too. There was this tweet exchange we had a while ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, where I had said, I can't wait to see where we at in 5 years. And it's like, to see this be the moment 5 years later is insane. But thank you, man.
Nah, thank you. It is kind of crazy, like, looking at all of this in real time. Like, unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I love it, though, because dreams really do come true, for real. So
For real.
And speaking of, I know we got a lot of Jersey energy in the building, okay? See, I'm a big Queens girl, you know what I'm saying? But I love Jersey. I do love a little Jersey, okay?
Where you be at in Jersey? That's a real question.
I don't be nowhere except where Yon live. So wherever she at, that's where you could catch me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do love Jersey club music. I love the culture. So shout out to y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. You know, y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all are cousins. You know, Jersey's the cousins of New York. So we gotta appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you calling us cousins and not little brother, little sisters, and none of that shit. Like, I really appreciate that. That actually make my heart warm. Like, thank you so much.
Now, I actually not from Jersey. I am from Cleveland, born in the Midwest. However, I got family in Maplewood, Jersey, so I'm familiar with the Maplewood area. They always show me love, and East Orange does too.
That's fine.
That's how I learned how to take the train, going from East Orange to Bedford. So thank y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, Big East Orange gang. That's where I'm from, for sure.
So is East Orange like a specific area? Like, what are the things that a person would need to know about East Orange, New Jersey?
How do I explain this? I feel like East Orange is, I mean, it's gotten nicer since I've gone back there. Like, it's getting gentrified and shit, you know. Whites is moving in there. They moving the buildings out. Like, the East Orange now is not the same East Orange I grew up in, but it seems like it's relatively a little bit safer. I don't know if it's fully safe, but it's definitely gotten safer since I've like been back there to visit.
Okay, because you know, gentrification is happening in all of the hoods. We wish that we could have our people still there, but unfortunately, they just trying to kick everybody out. But I only heard about Patterson, New Jersey, right, Jan? That's Patterson. What's the other one? Newark. Shout out to Newark. Yeah, the airport.
Yo, but you gotta say Newark. You gotta say Newark. Like, imagine pork, but you just drop the P and you do the Newark. Cause like we don't do Newark. We do Newark.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah,
okay, Newark.
I want to clear that up.
It's the same way we don't do water. It's water.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Y'all accents are very similar to Philly. Like, y'all got that Philly cousin connection. I'm not gonna lie, y'all do. Don't Jersey people sound like Philly people a little bit?
No, we don't.
No, we do not.
Come on. I need somebody from Philly to confirm this for me.
They will come up here and you're going to be like, wow, there's a stark difference.
That's like trying to say like a Nigerian jollof and like Ghanaian jollof is the same. They not. Like, they might be similar, but they different, bro.
See how you say similar? Similar? I feel like Philly people say similar like that too.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Not kind of having like a cultural anthropology moment right now. We don't even know it, but I got a question because where I'm from, we say pop. Do y'all say pop or soda?
Soda.
Okay, another question. When it comes to Timberlands, what do you guys call them?
Tim's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim's? Okay.
Tim's, of course, the Yattas, you know what I'm saying? Like the Butters, shit like that. Yeah, I don't really think it's no different than that.
Yeah, okay.
It's Butters for me.
It's Tim's. It's Tim's for me all day. I don't know about the butter conversation.
Really? I thought you was going to say Butters. I hear a lot of
I thought she was going to say that too.
Yeah.
No, because I'm from New York. Sorry, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
No, but we got the legendary Chris Patrick in the building, of course. And I think, you know, we do a little thing where we check in with each other, but we want to do like a homeboy check-in with you, check how you've been mentally. This week is just starting, but how have you been, Chris Patrick? How has your day? How has your mind been, your mentality? We want to know in depth how you doing.
I'm not going to lie, I appreciate that. Mentally, I feel sharp as ever. I feel the best I've ever felt. Physically, I'm kind of getting over a cold right now, so forgive me, like, for real. But other than that, though, I'm well. Like, I'm good.
Okay, we love that. You know, make sure you take care of yourself. Ginger shots all day.
All day. How are you, though? How are you three doing mentally and physically as well? Support ass.
Oh, thank you for asking us. I can say that, one, we're happy to be in a condo with you. It's amazing. So shout out to you and shout out to everybody that's here with us on this journey and this live episode as we close out 2025. But I can say, because it's Capricorn season and I'm a Capricorn, you know, I'm born January 5th. I'm feeling really grounded and appreciative for life right now. This was a very transformative year for a lot of people. But if I can speak for myself and say that I'm just grateful to be alive and happy to have made it through, you know? Like, I hate to sound cliche, but I just feel a lot of gratitude and thankful for my mama's prayers, you know?
Hello.
Amen.
That.
Yeah, her birthday tomorrow, so she in here somewhere. She quiet, but...
Shout out to Mama Jazz.
Happy early birthday.
So yeah, what about my girls? How y'all feeling?
Go ahead, Young.
Oh, okay. I'm getting over a cold too, ironically. So y'all gonna have to forgive me for all the coughing. But I'm feeling really inspired. But I'm feeling really inspired. You know, like there's been a lot of things that, ironically, in like the last little bit of the year, have just really been taken off for me that I've been trying to grow over the course of the last 2-3 years. So I'm really looking forward to what 2026 is gonna look like. My break started on Friday, so I'm off for the rest of the year. I'm just like in a really good space. And I got 2 new kittens.
Oh, congratulations.
Hey, I
Yeah.
love that.
What's her
7 is the boy and Nala is the girl.
Oh, that's very
Fire.
cute.
Thank
I
you.
think I
I
may
love
name
that.
my son 7. I like that name a lot.
Hey,
Hey.
go ahead now.
You know
My
what I'm
nephew be
saying?
killing me though. Every time he sees me, be like 6'7". Like, nigga, shut up.
6'7".
You know, to combat the 6'7", you got to tell the kids 8'9". They just don't know what to do when you do that.
Okay.
They be like, "What? That's not fun. Like, get out of here, little nigga."
Your
Um,
whole shit.
nah, but
What
for
about
me
you? Yeah.
personally, I just got off the road. Literally got off the road. Came back from Australia. You know, opening up for Big Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Kung Fu Kenny and my good sis Dochi. So we've been doing it, in Australia for like the past like 3 weeks, just traveling, going back and forth, hitting these festivals, opening up for the GNX tour. We had finished our own tour, so it was like literally back to back. But I'm back in the town, back in the States. I will say, I know America is in an uproar right now, but I truly love my country. I ain't gonna hold you. I do love other countries, but being able to come back home safely and soundly is always a blessing. And there's just certain things in America that I couldn't get in Australia, like a seafood boil. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need me a seafood boil. So I don't think I'll be going to Australia unless I get booked and paid down there. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I really did enjoy myself. I think I personally inspired and reached a new level of DJing, just being on those stages and doing what I'm doing, just continuing on the hip hop legacy that I am very, very proud to be a part of and just contribute to on the daily. So for me, just being out there and seeing all those people sing, our songs and just literally turn up for our performance really made me feel amazing. So I cannot complain. And I really hope anyone that, was there and attended had a great, great time. But other than that, mentally, because, people be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we tend to roll off our accomplishments and things. But mentally, I will have to say I'm doing very well. Mentally, I'm doing my thing. I'm taking care of myself, making sure I'm rejuvenating, taking a rest, resetting. I'm not comparing myself. I'm not worrying about shit. I'm not stressing over shit. I'm literally in a space of just thriving because I'm alive. I have the ability to do what I love daily. And I have an understanding that no matter what happens, this is a gift and a privilege to be in this position of life right now. So I'm just ecstatic for 2026. But I will tell everybody, because I see people like, "Oh, I want the year to be over." Let's slow down. We still got 10 days left. God can do a lot in 10 days. Okay. So let's just, take the time to embrace the year that we had, regardless if it was good, bad, or indifferent. Listen, everything happens for a reason and for the next journey and phase of life. So I just want to make sure everyone understands that, it's okay to just take some time to themselves these last couple of days. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to have like a resolution. I know you want to be on your Aaliyah shit, but you don't need a resolution for the 2026. You feel me? If you just want to be black and stay alive, because it is hard to even do that in these times, and guess what? You are doing exactly that, okay? So take your time, take your rest, don't stress, and be blessed. That's all I got.
Woo! I love it.
I love that.
It reminds me of a post I saw recently where it was like, "Yo, I'm not trying to end the year strong. I'm just trying to end the year my best." And I think that's like such a good note. Like, look, let's remember that we still got 2, 3 more weeks of this season. Let's be embraceful of it.
I love that. I love that.
Speaking of, Chris, I will say, taking your project to the lab has been one of the most fruitful things I've done this season. As a child of hip hop and someone that's grown into a woman of hip hop, and I share that with these beautiful women and the women here all the time. I am always thrilled when I can discover an artist that reminds me why I love hip hop. You know, fundamentally, I feel like the way we consume music has changed. You know, the way we discuss music has changed. You know, we were the kids that was watching 106 in Park and listening to the radio, and then it evolved into MySpace and, you know, Beats, and then Dr. Dre gets Beats and his Apple and then SoundCloud and all these things, right? So I say all that to say, just diving into it, you know, when it comes to the album Pray For Me, what went into the title of it? You know, I would love to know how that became the title, first off,
Sure.
and if you had any other titles in mind outside of Pray For Me.
Yeah, so the initial title that we had before Pray For Me was Waiting to Excel. Waiting to Exhale, make sure I said that right. That was the original project name, but Pray For Me just became the one that I feel like resonated the most with us. Prior to the project, I went on Kaisana Mafia-thon, did a freestyle on there that went pretty crazy. And one of the things that I saw come from that was so many people hitting me up talking about, bro, I'm praying for your success. And that meant a lot to me on so many different levels. Like back when I was in college, my grandma, like person I dedicated the freestyle to on there, she used to send scripture to me every day and just would pray for me while I was in my freshman year of college. She texted me every single day. Some days I'll be like locked in doing work when he texts her back, but she would send one of those and just remind me like, hey, I'm always gonna be here for you. Don't even trip. I got your back. Now, unfortunately, she did pass in 2022, and I feel like that definitely rocked me. But for the first time when I did Mafia-thon, it kind of felt like that all over again. I like literally for every day of the last month, I've received a text message from somebody sharing their story and then ending it with, hey, bro, look, you winning is just as big as, like, it means as much to me as it would mean to you. So, like, I want you to know I'm praying for your success. So that's where the name of the project came from.
That's beautiful. And honestly, I'm going to be very, very, very transparent, as we always are on Reasonable Dialogue, because, you know, we're not scared of none of y'all. But I will say that I cried. I cried when I seen the freestyle. Like the first two songs that you did, you know, I was flowing. I was like, all right, this kid really has something. But when we got to the man in the garden part, bro,
Yeah.
when I say your conviction, your delivery, the pain, as well as just the passion that you possess in that part, brought tears to a real thug like me. And I'm going to be very honest with you when I say that, because I relate. I love my granny, and I'm very sorry, you know, condolences to you and your granny passing. I really, really, really resonate with that. So the fact that you still uphold her in such a very honorable and spiritual way. I think I've seen somewhere where you mentioned that you spoke to your mom, and you know the fact that your granny passed away, didn't really get to see where you are now. I think you spoke to your mom, and your mom basically said like, she's seen it. And I could almost cry right now again when I seen that, because I feel like that is exactly what hip hop, rap, music, what we love really is about, utilizing the things that we go through to convey it in such a personal and deep way that it not only, I'm sure, was a release for you, but it also touched and released things in us as well. So I just want to first and foremost say that freestyle was phenomenal. And I've listened to your music before, but that really, really, and I'm sure as everyone it opened their eyes to say, okay, this kid has a lot to say, and we need to tune in and support him for real, for real.
And
I really appreciate you saying that, for real.
I was going to ask you in that vein, because that's something I think over the years you've been particularly good at, is your delivery. Is that something that you practice? Like, what is that? Like, what is your approach to delivery?
Yeah, so I feel like when I was preparing for the Mafia-thon, the biggest thing for me is always like making sure I learn everything, because from that point it becomes easy. You can't really fake the funk in terms of the feelings. Like the way I rehearsed it is not the way everybody sees it on there. What everybody sees is kind of just like in the moment. I think for me, it's just making sure I understand the words. I I think knowing the words from top to bottom is important. When I get into a live setting like that, whatever happens, happens. Like I usually start to say things, I start to feel things in the moment. I think somebody once said to me, like, yo, I was watching it and I could see like the switch on halfway through that Man in the Garden shit. He was
OD.
like blacked out.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
And like,
witnessed it. I was
it's
like, oh
crazy.
shit, he's going in. Oh yes, the pocket is there. Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah, like once I started talking about that, what you know about watching niggas win, when like that shit right there, I felt like I literally like left Earth, and I was like, bro, whatever happened at this point, it just happens. Like I'm just going. So like for me, again, making sure I'm prepared on terms of knowing it is important. But then when I'm in the moment, it's really important for me to just feel whatever's happening in the room, whatever that energy is. I just got to go with it.
You know, it's so interesting you say that because you had a moment like that. I personally feel like it's one of my favorite songs on the Pray For Me album. You, in my opinion, you had a moment like that on Ramen Noodles. And I was
Wow.
that loves and embrace, as Jan do, and I know many of us do here, the legacy of Nipsey. And it made me wonder, like, you know, going into this album, want to ask, like, who are some of the other artists that inspired you or, you know, help you get into that zone? Because it's a very distinctive zone, like, you get into. It's almost like again, I'm spiritual, but it's almost like you catching the Holy Ghost a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I felt that on Ramen Noodles. So I'm curious to know, like, what artists have you like listened to or studied that helped you get to that point?
I mean, it's crazy as an East Coast artist. Like, there's definitely a bunch on the East Coast for sure. Like, I've always loved Nas, always liked Big. You know, Cole was huge for me growing up. But one person I definitely think I studied a lot of was Kendrick. I think his ability to deliver was always like superior to everybody else's. It was never about like the words he was saying. It was just like the inflections and the tonality of what you could hear on the record. Like, granted, I'm not in the room with him while he's making these shits, but while I'm listening, it damn near feel like we walking through it together. And like, you know, I feel like as I listened to him, that was always something that I wanted to achieve. It's like, bro, even though I don't know this guy, even though we didn't walk down the same you know, two shoes or the same walks of life, he's able to put us in the world with the tonality and the feeling. And that's where a lot of like my music is built from. It's like, if I'm gonna put people in this project, I wanna literally, it's not even about the words anymore. It's like, I wanna put people in that world with me. I want them to feel the same anger I felt. I want them to feel the emotions. I want them to feel the happiness. I want them to feel the joy. I want them to feel that rah-rah turn up shit. Like, that's why I really just focus on like that delivery. So granted, there are a lot of artists. I will say in terms of like delivery, Kendrick, he the guy for sure.
I 1,000% agree because I'm very much so like, I'm of the belief that your voice matters. I don't care what anybody says. Your voice matters, and how you deliver something will make somebody either believe it or just skip it. And for me, listening to your voice and how you really be in these pockets and just have, like I said earlier, the passion and the pain, it's a beautiful cocktail, if I could be frank, of how you deliver in your music. And I appreciate that because, like I said, for me to be crying at your freestyle, and I was paying attention to the words, of course, but it's the feeling. And I always tell artists that all the time, like, stop trying to be so cool on these records. Like, stop trying to act like you can't go the deepest. Like, open your fucking mouth and say what you feel and feel what you say so us out here could feel you too. And I love that you are an artist that is not afraid to show that, because I've listened to, you know, your whole discography, because I feel like if I'm gonna at least talk to an artist, I want to hear what they've done from the past to the present. And I've listened to, like, you know, one of your first projects that you had put out, and I can still hear that passion then. It's as if you just kept getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier to the point where it's like, damn, somebody better feed this nigga for he eat all of us right now. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? But I love it though. I love it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's never enough to just listen to the words. Because if that was the case, I could go read a book. You feel me? Like, there's no tone with that. You're just reading. And from there, whatever you interpret it as is what you interpret it as. But again, I want to put people in the world with me. Somebody said it to me a long time ago. They were like, yo, albums are like snapshots of where you were in your life. Last thing I want to do is show somebody a bland ass photo. I want people to look at that shit and see exactly what we was going through in that moment. So yeah, I just try to make sure that folks can feel that.
I love that. I love that. Shout out to the voices. You know, shout out to Bust the Bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always give, you know, the lady that we can't say name anymore a lot of credit. But I want y'all to understand, Busta Rhymes was one of them niggas that really came through and really gave niggas different voices, animations, you know, feeling behind shit. Like, I really appreciate Busta Bus and his, you know, ability to tote the lines of rap.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Even to the lady name that we can't say name has some shoe.
That's nice. That's so
Yo,
funny.
That lady.
I listen to a lot of her. She animated as hell, but like that's really important to hip hop. Like it makes the story exciting. It makes what they're doing exciting. It makes verses like I was thinking to myself like if a monster verse per se gets delivered by a different person, who's to say we get that same moment in time? The energy
Exactly.
she had on that shit,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Because, I'm not going to lie. I seen Peter Rosenberg, make a little comment. And I ain't going to hold you. You a damn ass lie, man, if you think that verse wasn't one of them fire fucking verses, okay? But she definitely did her thing. And we appreciate that. So it definitely brought it to another level. And, we appreciate that of rap. I always say, like, it's a form of theater, too, if we can be honest. Like, hip hop is a form of theater, to perform, to act, to carry your voice, to make it do different things. Like, that's another reason why, me too, I appreciate Kendrick for that. Because, he can go with a deep, yeah, baby, to the, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can get crazy on it. So I love it. I love it.
So I do want to like reel it back a little bit to the first track on the project, right? So I do love that you open up the project with a prayer. I think when we have conversations about cohesiveness, and projects having a theme and seeing that being intertwined throughout the albums, this is what we ask for, essentially. But in All Stars Prayer, you talk about not seeing a return on your investment and being so close, as though the way I interpreted that is like you feel like you're not there yet. And there's a bar referencing being left out because you're lacking accomplishments. So I wanted to tie that into something like I kind of been peeping over the course of the years since following your career. I saw that a couple years ago. I would even say like throughout the last couple years, you've been garnering really, really big cosigns across the industry. And it didn't really seem like any of those drastically shifted your trajectory at the time that those occurred. Do you feel like that took a toll on your mental health in any way?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. People will tell you five, but like you telling me I'm five, don't put it don't pay my rent at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It don't put no food on my table. On top of that, if you telling somebody else that you think I'm five, and you're not even telling me directly, that definitely don't do shit for me. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, I did at one point, I think somebody said earlier about how they don't want to compare themselves to anybody anymore. I'm suffering from like, the thief of joy. I'm watching the way everybody else around me is kind of going up and having all these moments. And I'm just like, damn, like, why I can't get any of this shit to happen for me? And I feel like as I've been progressing up to that, it's even in that song, it's really important because my homie Asar actually came out to LA.
He's amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah, I love bro. That's my brother. Man.
Yeah.
Like, he's phenomenal. But before he left the crib, I'm in a weird space in my life. My initial project got pushed back. I'm kind of just like, damn, I don't really know what's going on. And he just prayed over me on some type of time where it's like, bro, I just hope that like you're prepared for everything that comes over you and that you're patient and you don't succumb to, envy or anything like that as you're watching this. Because for a very long time, I'm very hyper. Like a lot of people don't notice I'm hyper competitive.
Yeah.
So like I will look around and see people sometimes. I used to look around and see a lot of people and then feel a type of way about it. But yeah, that definitely plagued me for a very long time. I would say though, this is probably the first year ever where I just kind of like let a lot of that go. I stopped focusing on the person next to me and just more so focused on where I was going. Obviously, I can't control when I get to where I get. But if I just put the work in every day, I'm going to get there,
Yeah. And I think it comes out of the music, too, because I feel like what I took from that song in particular and then the project as a whole was like, you're at a space in your career where a lot of us are, where it's like we've put in so much of our energy and our hearts into this where there's not another option. Like, it's this or nothing.
Yeah.
There's no plan B unless you hunching. But other than that, I'm going to be real. We going to stick with a plan A and have plan A1, plan A2, plan A3. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to stick to the goal. We got to stick to the goal at the end of the day. And I love that you mentioned that because that's some real shit. Not a lot of people will be honest and say, oh, like I've been, experiencing comparison because that is a thief of joy. But I also love to remind people that the whole saying of it takes 10 years to have an overnight success, a lot of us are either right under those 10 years or right at that 10-year, mark. Yep. So when we do evaluate our career and where we are, like even me, I'm like, damn, this year was one of my explosive freaking years this year. You know what I'm saying? And then I look at it, I'm like, yo, I'm almost 10 years in this thing. I haven't even reached the heights that I really want to reach, but you also got to give yourself grace to understand that you are still building the journey and people are still watching you. So the time that you have is literally going to, and I don't want to say that it's going to happen because I don't believe it's gonna. I believe it's already happening because we talking to you right now. We done seen so many viral clips of you going around and just, the being authentic takes a lot longer than being fake. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you hit that on the head. I think one of my favorite quotes I ever heard was from a basketball player, Mike Beasley. He was saying that God make everybody an overnight success. He just don't tell you what night he do blow you up.
Come on. Come
So I
on.
feel like for me, I swear to God, I read that, I think I heard that like a couple months ago, and that shit made it so much easier to just wake up every day and put the work. And it's like, bruh, one day it's gonna pop up for me. I don't know when, but if I can stay on the path, it's gonna happen. At least that's what I told myself.
Right. Because if you stop, then what? That's the whole thing. If you stop,
Right.
then what?
You'll never know.
Exactly. I guess we'll never know. Okay. And I love that. I love that.
Okay, so one thing you mentioned, and it kind of ties into a question I have for you, authenticity, right? So you literally in one of your records said authenticity is your superpower on Patience.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's been a through line with everything that you released over the last 10 years, whether it be the way that you show up as a person, the way that you world build through content, and also in music, obviously. And I feel like the pros of showing up authentically are a given. But how do you feel like showing up authentically has hindered you?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's an amazing question.
I ain't gonna lie, first and foremost, I love these questions. These are like the best questions I've ever gotten.
Ew, shout out to Chris Patrick. That's an exclusive. No, it's not.
Yeah. So wait, you said how has showing up authentically hindered me, you think?
Yeah.
That's what you guys-
Yeah, how has it hindered you?
I feel like within this industry that we operate in, I'm sure everybody has some level of experience or some level of, discourse when it comes to this. I feel like a lot of people put on facades, and I don't really operate that way. I've actually seen people that, I grew up, let me not say that. Put it like this, I've seen people turn their back to me just for me being myself.
Man.
And I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that at all.
But see, I love the reason why I love that question too is because it makes me think about perception. And how perception, I feel like, has clouded so many things and so many judgments that happen online. It creates assumptions. We have all these weird parasocial relationships that people have. Delusion is at an all-time high. So it makes me want to ask you, Chris, when you are, because I do see like you, Ruben Vincent, Marco Plus, that's kind of like this. And I think is what made me tear up a bit is just like, yo, like they're in that next class, like coming up in hip hop, there was always some type of class, before y'all, it was Kendrick, Cole, Drake, Wale, Big Sean, that lady. And now it feels like, again, there's a class. And I'm curious to know, where do you see, that class in yourself, like within the next 5 years? Like, do you see yourself having the ability to put out like a 444? Because Pray For Me kind of reminds me of 444, just a little bit in the sense of like, there seems to be a lot of things about returning to home and prayer. And, Gloria's on the album. And, without rambling, not to ramble. I hope you got what I'm asking though. Yeah.
No, absolutely. As for the class for question first part, I would say like, Marco, Ruben, there's a bunch of other guys too that I love dearly. Like I've talked to them for the last 2 years every day. So like, mind you, all these guys are dropping. I'm having my moments. Well, I'm not even having moments. I'm just waiting and watching, but they encouraging me as we going. So it do mean a lot that you be bringing them up because like, again, we was all in this together grinding for the last 2 years. And interestingly enough, everybody's having like small pockets of moments and it's just coming all together, as the year progresses, right? As for the 444 thing, I like that you said the whole coming back home. I'm big on the time that I take away from home. I'm big on gaining perspective. I'm big on just trying to see the world differently. So when you ask, is there a 444 in the horizon? Absolutely. Again, I don't hide who I am as a person. I think transparency for me and authenticity for me is important because for such a long time, we've watched artists and only have ever got so much of them with the music. And I feel like that could be dangerous as a creative because you don't really fully understand the whole picture. Now, granted, people don't know my mama name and know my dad name, but I will at to some degree give as much as I can to the people listening so that at least they know it's possible. You know, for a very long time, I think I was misguided watching only one side of people. And as I start to go through my own journey, it's like, damn, I do got to keep being authentic. So I do feel like a 444 coming for sure.
And y'all's question was so brilliant because it even made me start thinking. I'm like, damn, I ain't never been asked that, but a question like that can make you think about 5, 6, 7, 8 other questions.
Yeah, because I feel like when you talk about authenticity, it's usually like utilized as a strategy to help people be drawn to you. But we don't talk about the people that you repel by being authentic and like what that means for like maybe certain opportunities don't come your way. Maybe certain platforms don't want to feature you because you're too honest or you too genuine. Like we don't talk about that side of what showing up authentically does for your career, or it also sometimes creates a slower path.
Yeah, because you know what it is too is this whole idea that when you're in this industry, you have to like play the game, and I don't subscribe to that because I'm a coach at the end of the day. So. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, it's like, how do you still show up being your complete self, but the industry, quote unquote, politics is, oh, well, you got to play the game. You got to rub shoulders. You got to do this. And maybe the person you rubbing shoulders with is not the person that you really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do in that case? So I feel that.
I mean, I'm about to say, I'm going to be professional nonetheless. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But I do think, though, you being yourself, like if it scares focus away, I feel like it's probably just something on them. Like they may not be ready to deal with their own self. And again, a lot of the times when people have the issue is usually because they can see a side of themselves in you that they wish they had currently. So it's like if somebody sees me being authentic and they like, bro, it's not really for me. Hey, that shit. I would rather know what side you sit on the fence versus trying to play the middle ground with me. So like, if you telling me that you good over there, cool. I know where to go now.
Right.
Like I know where to go. It's cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm not mad about all these racist people showing their ass. Like, yes, let me see that ass.
For real though.
Oh, it's you.
Like, I would rather know you racist than be like a hidden racist. Like, just tell me on fussy. I'm cool with that.
Cool with that. I know never to invite you nowhere. Okay, so yes, I agree 1,000%. I guess for me, I definitely like when I say this, you have 9 tracks on this project, you going 9 for 9. And I'm not even like trying to be facetious or trying to like fluff, because if I don't like shit, I will be honest. Like, no, I'm not feeling this track very much. So niggas know about me. But I will say this here, like I listened to this thoroughly. I was very, very, very impressed. And I felt a lot. Like one of my favorite tracks, to be honest with you, is Patience and Screaming at the Sky. And for me, I know Screaming at the Sky was, to me, it seems like the most vulnerable track on the project. But I want to ask you, what was your most vulnerable track on the project, and what did it take for you to even put it out on the project?
That's a good question too.
I'm with you on Screaming at the Sky. I mean, I think the next one after that is Huntro's Prayer. They're kind of like tied for me, but Screaming at the Sky was a tough one because again, I'm talking about like my grandma again. Like I feel like what I did on Mafiathon with that Man in the Garden was a summary of the project, and the project is the actual world that exists within that freestyle. And Screaming at the Sky was definitely a tough one for me. I remember when I did that session, I think I sat down anywhere between 7 to 8 hours and just locked in. Like, that's not an easy one for me because at that point, I'm really diving into so many different aspects and just how my grandma impacted me. Like, I got locks because of my grandma. My grandma used to have locks. Like, she the one who introduced me to the person who locked my hair for the first time. So that was really, really big. I think a lot of my competitive nature was born from the fact that she used to cheer me on a lot in addition to my mom. Like, there were so many little things that I had to be honest with myself, even down to the point of, like, not being able to be there for her in them last minutes. Like, it's a difficult thing to get through on a record. But again, I know that this story is so important for not only me, but for everybody else listening. Like, I'm sure if people listen to Screaming in the Sky, the only thing I could ever say to somebody is just make sure you spend the time that you have to spend with the people you care about. Because that's like, I don't want somebody to have to live through what I lived through. Granted, we all will go through like how we go through. Best I could do is just get my perspective to try to advise others to do better.
I love that. I love that. And what about the producers? Because, we love some good, we love some good production. And I'm going to say the production on this, very, like Ruben Vincent, shout out to Jan. She put me on Ruben Vincent. Listening to his project, very, very, very much so impressed. And when I listened to yours, I was like, God damn, who these niggas working with? And where is the budgets coming from?
And Ruben is one of them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. So the fact that listening to his project and then him also being, one of the producers on, like, what was those sessions like? Who was like your favorite producer? So you don't have to say favorite, never mind, because everybody's your favorite. We ain't gonna push you on the spot like that. But the sessions, I love to know about sessions because I feel like personally, we're missing the art of producers and artists actually being together and creating and crafting and things like that. So I just want to know personally, what was like the sessions when you were creating these songs? Like, were they just sending you the beats? Like, who were you reaching out to? Like, what was that whole situation to make this project?
So a lot of people don't really know this, but like I actually made this project over 2.5 weeks. From the moment Mafia Thon dropped, we had that shit done in 2.5 weeks. So I couldn't really link up with everybody.
Crazy.
But I was sending shit back and forth to people. Ramen Noodles, though, we did that in person, and that was probably one of my favorite sessions because we was in that. We was in that motherfucker arguing for hours. Like, I like that though because it's like, yo, I'm not like music for me has never been a solo mission. It's always been collaborative. I'll never sit here and act as if like I'm the only person responsible for all things. Like, nah, I'm good, but I ain't that good, right? So when we in that session for Ramen Noodles and we going back and forth over like, Bray, bruh, this should be here with the beat. Nah, that's ass, bro. Take that shit off, bro. Like, oh, why you say that? Nah, that line ass, bro. Change that shit. Nah, I like that line. Like, that shit is fun to me because again, like, it makes me it brings out my love for the music. Like, again, it's a collaborative thing. Like, there's no one person by himself who was doing this. So Ramen Noodle was definitely my favorite session because there was so much input and we was just going back and forth to get the best product. Like, I don't even want you in a room if it's just like, oh yeah, I like this. Nah, nigga, tell me why you like this.
Yeah.
Tell me what this reminds you of and tell me where you would listen to this shit at. Because if you can't tell me that shit, don't come in.
No,
I feel like the gates of heaven literally just opened up and Black Jesus is coming down and give you a dap. Because I've been trying to tell niggas this. Like, if you gonna critique something, I'm sorry, you got to give me a thesis of why you think that. I'm sorry. I just can't take it's whack or I don't like it. Like, I need to know because what you don't like could potentially help me to improve. And I think we just have a lot of critics that just say things to say things. But when you are in those sessions and you're around people that could be honest with you and be like, nah, bro, I don't like that line. That shit don't sound good. You know what I'm saying? I think those things are important and they're necessary in studio sessions. So I'm glad you was able to have like a real in-person session and that one ended up being your favorite one, which, ladies and gentlemen, and artists all alike, please get in the motherfucking studio with these producers and these engineers. Thank you.
And getting people that care. So people can care. Because I can honestly say, as someone who's been in the studio with Ruben Vincent, that's the little bro, like, he actually gives a fuck about this shit. Like, he genuinely gives a fuck. And I think sometimes we forget how caring can be a simple superpower in this game. And I know, Chris, you talked about caring a lot. And as someone who when Jan asked that question earlier, it made me think about like, damn, I think Karen has actually got me some doors closed on me because I actually give a fuck. Like, how does it feel to actually, be a part of a new class and era, but you actually care? Do you ever feel like your caring is a gift or a curse, or it's just who you are?
I used to think it was a curse growing up because it's like people look at you weird. It's like, why do you care about the small details of things? And at first you kind of get discouraged to, really look at the entire, like, you get discouraged because like people are looking at you like, bro, why do you care? But what I've seen is that, again, I'm a hyper competitive person. I'm not gonna walk up to you and be like, hey, bro, I'm better than you, but I'm gonna care more than you. And the thing is, you can see that you like when you care more than the next person, you can see that in their responses in the ways that they act. I've seen it. I'm talking about I've cared more on live performances. I've cared in the way I structure songs. I care in the way that things are presented. Like, that shit means so much. And I feel like that's what we need to bring back. This new class of people that's coming up, though.
They care.
They care. They care. They care. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that there are so many talented people. And I'm not even claiming to be more talented than anybody. I just think I care more. And I feel like that's what's been helping me, I guess, garner a quote-unquote spotlight.
Yeah. I mean, you don't gotta say. We'll say it for you if you need. Like, you talented in a lot of motherfuckers. All right, what you
Thank you.
talk about? Okay, okay. And
Thank you.
speaking of that, because I just wait. Do you ladies have any?
Yeah, I was gonna say, kind
Okay,
of ties to everything y'all just mentioned. Structurally, speaking of structure, I think "100 Times" is a really well written song, well
Thank
performed
you.
too. And Mindy was like perfectly. Yeah, that she
perfect.
complimented
I
your
love
talent.
her.
And I think I listened to another Spaces and they were saying, you were saying that Miz set that up because you weren't familiar with her at first. So speaking of
Yeah.
Miz and everything you just said about the session, can you speak to the Crossroads team and what it took to build that team? Because from my understanding, this is the same team you've been with the entire time.
Yeah. Again, a bunch of guys who never want to say yes to shit. They are quick to let you know if you want bullshit, and I love that about them. We got this rule amongst all of us where it's like you can't come in here and say some shit trash if you ain't got no solution. And I feel like that's been the testament to everything that we are. Like, as many roadblocks as they are that exist in the space of trying to create music and move through the industry, there's always a solution to it. And these guys are just relentless. So, like, when I'm looking at how we are developing each and every year, I just see a bunch of guys and gals becoming more solid, becoming greater problem solvers, becoming just more critical think. Like, the critical thinking on this side is fucking insane. It's ridiculous. But, like, again, nobody wants to settle for just the bare minimum. And I think that is a testament to everything that you're hearing in the project. Like, nobody settled. There was times where we almost didn't get the Ruben Vincent track on the project. We almost didn't even get the intro on the project. But Miz was like, man, fuck all that shit, bro. Lock in, bro. I don't give a fuck if we gotta wait a little while. We gonna get these records. And that's what I appreciate because, again, the first answer, it's not like yes is the first answer that everybody give. It's like, if we gonna get this shit done, we gonna do this shit the right way as intended. And I love that about them. Now, granted, I'm not saying it wasn't always like that growing, like when we was growing up earlier in this shit, but I feel like there's a higher level of integrity that exists in us now, and everybody wears this shit on their shoulder. Every time I drop a project, it's not just a representation of me; it's a representation of everybody I'm with. And the last thing everybody want to be is looking lame.
Yeah.
So, like, they gonna put their whole ass into this shit every time.
So speaking of intention,
I feel
you
that.
had also mentioned to me earlier that you originally intended on leaning into music for the women. But then I think Do Re Mi and 100 Times was a good sample of that, but it's very clear that that's not the direction you went for this project. So can you speak to pivoting creatively, to meet the moment that you're currently having and how that is playing out in your journey?
I feel like it's just about showing up at the right time, right? Like, we got a whole other, like, a lot of people don't notice, we actually have a whole other project already done. And Pray For Me was made in 2.5 weeks. Uh, Not that we couldn't drop that project, but I just didn't feel like it made sense. Like, one thing that we look at when we look at the greats is they always learned how to respond in a timely fashion. Um, I remember reading a book about when Kendrick, following Good Kid, Mad City, had a whole project ready, scrapped that shit, and created To Pimp a Butterfly for, it was a response to the state of the times. Now, granted, we don't know what that other project would have sounded like had he dropped it. But again, music is all about timing. It wouldn't really make sense, in my opinion, to drop a love project having come off of the Mafia-thon and everything that it was. The challenge was high, but we was going to do it regardless. Like, we was always going to rise to the occasion. But I do think it's about understanding the timing of what it is you're doing as an artist and just figuring out what your world looks like, what you want to be, what you want to represent, and then just, changing the blueprint as you go accordingly. Again, not everybody can do that, but what I've realized is if I really want to win, I've just got to go with, flow with the punches.
And I love that because the timing from the freestyle to you dropping a project, most people would say that's kind of crazy to drop a project in 2 weeks. But for you to drop a project in 2 weeks and it sound like this, it feel like this, you got niggas that's heavyweights that gotta send that project back and re-release it because they done forgot some things. I ain't gonna hold you. So for you to be so on it, like, and this is the type of artistry that personally I would become a super fan of because it's like, you know how to deliver to the people that want something in that moment. And that is super important as a fan of somebody because it's like, had you not dropped this, like that momentum for that moment, no offense, but it could have went to waste. I don't
Genuinely.
think, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you having that idea to be like, nah, we could have done this, but let's go with this because what you did on that freestyle and how it flowed with this project, beautiful, beautiful follow-up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think one thing that helped me judge this too, I looked at it like this. If 16-year-old Chris Patrick was sitting here right now watching some unknown nigga do that shit, what would he want to see after this? He probably wouldn't want to hear about breakup and love. He might want to hear about it later, but after being so heavily invested in something like this with this man in the garden shit, it more so piques my interest. Who the fuck is this? I want to know more about this space of life. So that's how I kind of framed everything. It's like, if I'm able to make 16-year-old Chris Patrick proud, then I know I'm doing a good job with that shit. So that's how we really geared this whole thing.
I love that. You're doing a damn good job. And I have to say, too, because we're talking about the times and themes. And I remember when that man, just like we don't say that lady name, I really don't be saying that man's name, Orange Head. But I'll never forget when...
I was about to say, it's a lot of men we don't say, but go ahead. I'm glad you specified it.
The list get longer every day.
Every damn day.
The orange head nigga specifically, well, not even nigga, the orange head heathen. I'll never forget when he got in office and there was the question of, I wonder what music is going to sound like for the next 4 years, right? Like there's always a theme when we think of presidencies, even going back to Reagan, the Kennedys, all of that, right? And there seems to be, we about 2 years in with this heathen. The theme that I'm feeling, I'm curious to know what you think the theme is, but between your project and even Wale's Everything a Lot, there just seems to be, people want to feel home again. There seems to be a feeling of, yes, we know that everything is a lot, but I need prayers for myself. I need self-reflection for me. I need to pour into a cup so I'm not halfway showing up for the community that I know is looking at me as an anchor. But I'm curious to know, like, what you think the theme is and how music is going to be shaped within the next 4 years with this administration.
Oh, for sure. You could only eat candy and bullshit for so long until you actually want a real meal. You know what I'm saying? And when it's in abundance like this, at first it's like, you know what? These Sour Patches ain't that bad. These Skittles ain't even that crazy. Then your stomach start growling, start looking around, and that's all you got to eat. You're going to feel crazy. So, I love the fact that you brought up Wale. I feel like we just giving out really good, healthy entrees for people. Granted, the times will change, and you will see things start to shift. But right now, again, people want to feel the economy is ass. People ain't buying houses. Most people not even trying to get married no more. Shit is in this. Like, we in hell right now. So the last thing you want to be sold is like a fantasy that doesn't reflect the reality of where we are. The best thing you can do is give people everyday stories. Because I feel like what me and Wale did on this shit is just we've provided the listeners with an everyday perspective. Granted, we dressed it up because we're wordsmiths, but like you provided everyday perspective that everyone from different walks of life can relate to. And that's what people, I feel like, in my opinion, are going to start gravitating to. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I like Timothy Chalamet and the rat shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cute. You feel me? That shit was cute.
Word.
But I can't do that every day. I can't do it every day. Like sometimes like my soul is craving a level of satisfaction too. And I need that. So I feel like I would hope, and at least that's what it seems like, hip hop fall out of the charts. It's cool, that shit, whatever. But what I'm starting to see is that there is a surplus of really good entrees that are on the way. Now, not everybody knows the store is open and not everybody knows that they're selling that type of food over there. But once you find out, it's hard to go there.
Yes, I love that you even mentioned that, because that is exactly like flawless response. Because I personally wanted to ask you too about your feelings of the state of rap currently. And like you mentioned, rap not being on the charts, which, to be honest, I've never felt like it's a bad thing that it's not on the charts, because the charts just means quote unquote profits, in my personal opinion. You get what I'm saying? But rap not being quote unquote back on the charts, the state of rap where, the whole things of streets being dead, fuck the streets, et cetera, et cetera. I personally want to know your take as being a rapper in this game, in this industry as well. What is your personal feelings on the state of rap? We know we have the new school of rappers coming in, but we still have, and there's space for everything. Because I always say, like, y'all could disrespect Sexy Red and hate what she does, but there's a space for her. The same way there's a space for a Rhapsody. The same, there's a space for a Doechii. There's a space for a Sweetie. There's a space for a Megan. There's a space for, whoever you want to put it in that regard. what do you feel personally? Where do you feel like the state of rap is currently? Do you feel like it's in a new space of a renaissance, or do you feel like it's like just trickling down to the gutter?
I think it's definitely in a renaissance. I love the fact that you bring up Sexy Red because I feel like when it comes to like the quote unquote hip hop purists, maybe the older heads, they kind of look at Sexy Red and they don't really fuck with it. But I feel like with hip hop and rap, we can't just like cut out all we can't just focus on one type of sound, right? Because the black experience is not just one single thing. It is a myriad of different perspectives and different walks of life that we need. So Sexy Red is just as important as a Kendrick because again, it shows you the range that is blackness. Like blackness is just not one thing, it's an entire experience first and foremost. Secondly, I do feel like we're in a renaissance right now, but again, it's just people need to catch up and see what the hell is going on. Like for a very long time, we've been living off of music from the greats of like 10, 12 years ago. And I feel like for the first time in the last 2 years at least, so for the last 2 years, you're starting to see R&B hit their stride again with the Kelanis, the Leon Thomases, the Isaiah Falls, you see in that stride. But then now with this year, you're starting to see the rap trickle his way back up again. With the hip hop charts thing, I really just feel like that's indicative of the fact that we haven't had too many new people step in to make new songs. I think that's all that really comes down to. Again, in the next 5 years, you'll probably see that shit change. Hip hop will be right back in the Billboard charts or whatever the fuck it is, because a lot of the old guard will have passed the torch on to the new guard. But it's just a matter of time. I think we're in a really good place right now. And anybody who's saying otherwise is just, they bullshit. They spreading that fake ass propaganda.
Can I say something?
Yeah, for sure.
Your vocabulary is incredible. So, what books do you be reading?
Yo, I try to read as much as I can. Like, all right, you know what? Fun fact: I don't really talk about this too much, but when I was in high school, I took like 4 years of Latin in 3 years. Like, I didn't really care for school too much, but I like words a lot when I was a kid. So. Learning like root words and shit, it made it super easy for me to just like learn new shit and just retain certain things in my mind. And I guess that's kind of why I'm a rapper too. Like I just like, it's not about the words we use it, but it's about how we're using them to get across the point, you know?
Yeah. Yes. And I think that conversation honestly has been one of those conversations that we've seen, the lack of literacy that's happening within us in this current state of the world that we're in, and how much it does affect even the spaces of rap currently, because if niggas is not reading, niggas is not educated. If niggas not educated, niggas don't have a lot of vocabulary or experiences or even things to teach people within the music, which honestly was the very foundation of hip hop, rap. We were utilizing this to speak on political things. We were utilizing it to educate people and to, you know what I'm saying, push the personal agenda of peace and just, love and unity amongst us. And the fact that I feel like we've experienced a shift, to where it is now, which I'm not completely like, oh my God, mad at it, because like you said, you do have your pockets of artists that are still doing it. You just have to do the research. So I never believed that hip hop was dead. I just believe that hip hop is not in a space where you niggas could take advantage of it anymore. And the new people are coming in to show y'all the reason why, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all and the new school of rappers are coming in to show us exactly this new renaissance that I'm personally excited for. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. Kendrick killed the party. He did. He killed it. I'm sorry. The niggas said the party must die, and we watched the party die, but now we are watching you niggas rise up like Jesus on a Sunday and give us a new resurrection of rap. So we appreciate that. Hey.
I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was like, yo, like, beef aside, it don't really matter to me. Like, I don't know them niggas, but obviously I'm a spectator in the world of hip hop. I told somebody the other day, I'm like, if Kendrick doesn't win, who's to say that like that Mafia-thon shit or this product that I even drop is received the way it's received? You know what I'm saying? So it's like these actions that people are taking do reverberate in the space. Now, granted, again, it will find its way back to the middle because I feel like we've shifted one direction a little bit far, and it'll find its way back to the middle. But for the time being, like, it's cool because this is the reset we've been praying for and asking for.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that too, because even though there has been, like a shift in things with the lyricism or whatever, what has evolved, in my opinion, and gotten so much great is production. Like our producers, they taking production up another level. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
Chris, like who are some inspiring like producers you would want to work with or that are like some of your most favorite listen to producers now? Because yes, there's been a shift with the rap, but what has continued to evolve, even in the R&B space, I feel like it's production. Like the sound of music continues to have different layers and different, even with DJing, you know what I'm saying? Like we're even seeing like transitions and things go to another level. But I'm interested in knowing, like, who do you want to work with on the production side in the future?
Because, you know, you got Big Conductor Williams and all that shit. Like,
You
who
know
we got?
what?
Who else? Who else?
I was just about to say that again. Like I love Conductor. I think Conductor is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even like he another guy who ain't just send me a beat. He told me pull up to the studio. I want to hear this shit. Play this shit for me. Blah 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 blah. So like that mean a lot to me. I love my dog Mike Hector. That nigga's amazing.
That nigga is amazing.
Like he's super amazing, you know what I'm saying? I love Mike Hector. I want to get up with Coop from Atlanta. He crazy. But I feel like right now, like my big focus, me and Conductor, we've been working on a bunch of shit. Again, for one of the OGs to want to fuck with me on some shit and really, really show me love, that mean a lot. So after right now, I just been locking in with Conductor. We trying to finish some shit.
I love that.
He's saying this so grounded. I'm so like, yeah, I just like a conductor.
That's my mans, man. That's my mans, man.
And you know what? I feel like that, to me personally, like we need a project like that where it's just the artist and the producer working together. Like we need one of those, to be honest, from you. I'm not gonna hold you.
Honestly, that is what I grew up on. Like that's some shit I was talking to him about. I'm like, bro, we gotta really sit. Like, granted, we got this other project we got coming, obviously, but after that, I'm trying to get up with bro, man.
Yeah.
I was just telling him, I'm like, dude, you don't even know how much of a honor it is to even be a part of some shit like this. Because again, I grew up watching that, like from some of my faves. So like, it it's not only a blessing to be able to work with Conductor, but it's also a blessing in my mind to think that this could be a part of like rap history, hip hop history in the next couple years. So like, again, I'm just happy to be a part of the moment. I want to do my best when I'm in them spaces.
Yeah. And it shows though, because I mean, you're literally here at this project from the start of where you were. I also was on your SoundCloud. I noticed that you did a song with Terrence Martin. I had to give that nigga his flowers on the timeline earlier today, but there was a song that you did with him. And I was like, I don't know how that came about, what that situation. I think it's like 5 years old or whatever, but I like it. I like it a lot. And I think, I don't know, there's something there with y'all too. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
Listen,
But
you know what's crazy? I'm gonna keep it being. I be trying to credit people. I actually saw that beat on YouTube, and I wrote that. If I'm correct, that song, that one, I wrote that in the space of when the riots was going on, like during COVID. And I remember I wanted to go out for the, to just go support. My pops wasn't really having it, and there was a lot of frustration that existed in me. And I feel like as an artist, the best thing that we can do is write and drop down our feelings of just expressing. So that was just my attempt to try to, just to contribute to the times.
Well, you definitely manifesting, because Terrence Martin and what he does for the space of music in general, it basically is in alignment with what you got going on. So I would not be surprised at all if you all were to really, really work in the future, which I manifested, because that song alone, it gave me the insight that, I need to hear him on a Terrence Martin. Him and both of y'all need to get in the studio. Terrence, if you hear, let's get that happening, nigga.
I gotta get up with him, man. I'm a fan, genuinely.
I love that. Love that. That's so cute. Really quick, I just have one question. Because, us, we tend to grow up in the hood. I don't know about Jazz. I don't know about Yon. I have a little duality about me. I did grow up in the hood, but I did also grow up in the suburbs. Struggle meals. One thing that you mentioned in the song that I had to be like, whoa, protein powder and water. Very, 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 very. When I say I've had, my butter and rice, corned beef and rice, little things that we need to do to just stay afloat. To me, that was such a bar that I feel like so many people, if you didn't understand it, catch it, like, it touched me personally, because it just really, really made me think about a time where it was like, damn, tough times, but you made it happen. Like, can you just dive in just a little bit about, I guess, the struggle of coming up and still being able to persevere through it all?
Yeah, so I learned that line about that because I remember when I wrote it. So a lot of that's based. I lived in Nashville for like a year, and we had a crazy ass experience in Nashville. We had some nutty ass financial shit happen. Me and the homies, so we figuring that shit out. But that line to me is so fire because I just wrote it as of like, hey, this is me describing my shit. But when I hear like you say that, and I hear other people be like, yo, that line hit me, it made me realize again that like, yo, we all damn near living through the same shit together. Like,
For real.
nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody said this shit was gonna be easy in terms of pursuing their dreams. It comes with so many highs, but we don't talk about the lows enough. And I feel like as we start to expose what's really going on in them spaces, there's a level of what the word I want to use? Comfort that's found amongst each other. You know, I feel like I wish more creators would share what their life is like on the lows because I'm telling you, in my homie Miz, we used to go get the 2-pizza deal from like Domino's and shit. And we would be killing Domino's for like 2 boxes of Domino's like every like fucking 4 days, bro. That shit real. And I swear,
Listen, eating ramen, fucking 4 days in a row, getting an
ramen 4 days
MSG
in a
headache.
row, like what? Yeah, like I never forget one time I was walking in LA and I smelled a Domino's like pizza place and I just like went back in fucking time. I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening, bro? Like, but he used to
In a cereal. Nah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's little shit like that, and it's like, you know, I feel like I'll never judge nobody who got to figure it out. I'm always gonna support and clap for the people who do get it done because most times, like 10 times out of 10 times, you put another nigga in your shoes, they're not gonna be able to even
They
stand
ain't.
for a day.
They fold. They go fold right there.
Absolutely, like, and that's the thing, man.
No, that is. And I'm happy you brought that up because I feel like in 2026, we actually are going to see more creatives talk about some of the challenging times that have propelled them to fulfilling their prophecy or whatever. And I don't think it's going to come from a place of ego or anything like that. I think, and I'm speaking for myself too, I think so many of us are so tired of perception and being perceived or aligned. Granted, a lot of us creatives, you know, we so focused on ourselves that and God that, you know, don't even have the bandwidth to care what another person think about us. But at the same time, I do think it's important and it's going to be more important moving forward for creatives that are in a space of like, look, I've put in this 10 years, this amount, X, Y, and Z, whether if it's speaking back at schools, universities, giving back to share like, okay, these are some of the eggs I gathered along the way. These are some of the lemons I gathered. This is how I prepared the lemonade. I do think we're going to see more of that. So I'm happy you mentioned that, Chris.
Yeah. I think for me too, there's a fearlessness that comes with just being honest about your life. I think this was the year I ended up getting a part-time job again. I only had it for all of 2 years. I mean, all of 2 months because you know what I'm saying? Like I only had it for all 2 months, and then the Mapiathon shit happened. I had to quit that motherfucker. But it's like there's so many of us who have to go do that, and you wouldn't know. Like there are literal creatives that I know who are like dead broke right now because the ego is stopping them from doing what's necessary just to survive.
Man.
And like when you're willing to kill your ego for the sake of survival, there's a level of fearlessness that comes with just being authentic. At this rate, there's nothing that can knock me down. Like, bro, I had to go back and get a job again. I didn't know I was gonna be making music ever. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to continue to make music. But I said, fuck it. I'm gonna go get this job. I'm gonna sit down here. I'm gonna mind my fucking business. And the biggest moment of my entire career came from me just minding my business and staying ready. Like, at that point, I really don't have a problem presenting myself to the world. I'm good.
Like, can I ask you, what has your transition from being independent to signed? Like, has that changed your life in any way?
I think the biggest way that it changed my life is you learn financial literacy. That's important, guys. Financial literacy, man. You can't just be out here blowing. I mean, I said it on Patience. I was on a Russ tour, and we blew through a lot of the events just trying to make sure shit was straight for the tour. And while, you know, that might have seemed it made a lot more sense there. When we went on the JID tour, first time ever in my life, I'm with an Excel sheet. You could ask the homies. I was in the whip with an Excel sheet tracking every fucking dollar. And we actually didn't lose money on this tour. We made a lot of fucking money on this tour. But it's like, that's the shit that started preparing me for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a business in itself. I don't want to go back to having to like struggle. Obviously, you can't control the future, but the best thing that I can do is at least move with better practices to ensure that I'm not falling back into the hole I once was, because that shit ass, boy. I told myself, get to my moment to go crazy, I'm not going back to what was before because I gotta make this shit work. Get the fuck away.
So in that same vein, then, what would you say outside of like the obvious things like delivery or production or anything like that? What would you say you're working on skill set wise as an artist to essentially make you a better artist?
I'm always writing. I'm always trying to figure out ways to write. And surprisingly enough, people always look to like ask me like, yo, who are the like rappers you're listening to? Are you trying to improve your writing? I be telling them like, bro, it's not even the rappers I'm listening to. I'm looking at what the fuck Leon Thomas doing. I'm thinking to myself, okay, how can I develop better songwriting skills?
Yeah.
So the reality of it is like, you know, hip hop is always gonna be the core of where I come from. But hip hop has also been rooted in really good songs. So how can I create better hip hop songs to not only further my own career, but like continue the legacy? So I think that's something I've been really, fixated on. A lot of people don't know this, but I took singing lessons in 2022. I'm actually about to success.
Okay.
I was literally gonna say because I heard it. I don't know about y'all and y'all eat,
Hey.
but I heard it. I was like, oh, he trying to little no, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I know the album when it's for the girls is gonna be one of the ones for us. Thank you in advance.
Of course.
Can I put in a request though for that album?
Of course. Talk to me.
Can we please have some singing niggas on the hook? Because I love that you're singing, but I still think we need the R&B niggas in the hook.
I'm not gonna lie. We got singing ass niggas on that shit. That shit hard. That shit hard. I'm not even gonna tell you who, but like the singing ass niggas we got on that shit, boy, they be singing they motherfucking ass off. Like I'm talking about like this is one song I wrote on there that I was like, okay, this is spool, but I gotta go get this other nigga to sing that shit. He
Love
sang
that for
shit
you.
for the song. I said, oh my God, we got one. So like, trust me, like even as I move through, I think the cool part too, as we move through the development as artists, it's like also again stripping back the ego.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do a lot of things, but there are people who can do it better. And again, the collaboration is what's going to take it to the highest product. That's what I care about at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck about trying to be the nigga who could do it all. I'm more so care about can we create the best product possible in the time and with the amount of resources that we're given.
One thing too, what the singing lessons will help though is to guide the direction. So maybe you're not the singer, but now that you can sing, you can tell the nigga what you're looking for, and it'll help them with that. So
You could create the skeleton for what you Yes, I love that. And you know what? This is why you are such an amazing artist already, because you understand and have the humility to be like, listen, I could sing on parts, Big Mama No Keys, but you could also come through. You could also come through and be like, you know what? I think there's gonna be this record will be taken to the next level if I put the proper pieces to make it happen. Because, it wasn't just Kobe. He had Shaq. It wasn't just Jordan. He had Pippen. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we fulfilling the overall picture with the right pieces. So I love that you're able to say, hey, I'm going to just put somebody in place for this. So that's dope.
Yeah.
Y'all mentioned that too, because I literally, you got this track with Dindy, Wish You Well. And I was going to ask, like, how did that even come about? Because that 95 Civic, that is a slept-on project. And I played that project a lot of times. I did. That project made it to my 2025 most listed. Just saying. But I'm curious to know how that came together.
I've known Dende. I actually met a lot of the homies that I know currently, like via the internet during COVID. You ain't got shit else to do but sit in the house and be on the goddamn phone. So
All Clubhouse.
Oh my God, the Clubhouse days. Don't even get me started. Motherfuckers was in there arguing, going
moaning, doing a lot.
Yup, they was craziness. But yeah, me and Dende, we connected on there. We after things started getting a little bit better with Cole, we started linking, and that's my brother. Like we just be working on shit together all the time. He's a really, really talented artist. It's crazy because I hate that nigga. 95 Civic dropped when I was going through a breakup. So like, I'm in my bag crying in the crib like, fuck, nigga, why you do this to me, bro? But like, he's a very, very talented artist, and he got some fire shit. His next project is so brilliant. It's so brilliant.
I can honestly say during my time working at Universal Music Group, he was one of the artists that I actually got hip to during my time there. It's not too often the labels can put me on, but they did. I was like, ooh.
Wow.
The irony of a label not putting you on is crazy. I'm not going to hold you.
That's dumb funny. That's dumb
Like, what are they doing over there?
It was that record, I think it was Better Than Him, they had put out, and I was like,
oh my God.
I mean, that. And I was just sold. And yeah, so I loved it because it's all of y'all are in great company. That's just basically what I'm trying to say. Like, that's dope.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. He's a guy who, I feel like very early on, he helped me develop the idea that songs are so important. It kind of really, it affected a lot of my writing. And I feel like I'm super honored because on his next project, I wrote a joint that's on there. I ain't gonna tell y'all which one it is until the shit drop, but like that shit's so special. So special.
Man.
Well, can we get exclusives?
Shit. That's up to day. You feel me? I ain't got nothing to do with that.
We're going to have to call his ass up here soon, too. But don't worry.
My bad, Dindy. I know I've been saying Dindy. It's Dinday. My bad. I love you regardless.
Respect that man's name. Okay. But
but I just want to give you your flowers, though, before, because I know I'm about to rap. Because I think in having heard your catalog from the early beginning to now, I think your song structure on the more melodic stuff has gotten way stronger. Like 100 Times is really, really good. I think it's a really great song. I would actually make that a single if I was y'all. But
hey, appreciate that.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, it's definitely a fire project. Like, I'm very, very happy that I have someone that I could truly listen to and feel and just be like, you know what? We have a great rapper on our hands that we can actually support. And when we say support, that means y'all niggas go out to the shows, buy the tickets, buy the motherfucking merch. Don't just stream the motherfucking music, okay? The Spotifys and the Apples, they doing it, but they not doing it big. You need to go and actually buy that motherfucker. Buy that $1.99, that $9.99. I don't know what the price point is, but I know the price is right when you buy it for the artist, okay? We got to support each other. We got to support these artists, man. So thank you, Chris. Thank you. But
thank you.
I think we want to open the floor. Question mark, ladies? Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, we're going to open the floor now for some people to come up and ask Chris your personal questions. Please be mindful in our households, okay? You know, I know some of y'all be long-winded, but we don't got that much time, okay? So please be respectful of your time if you do want to come on stage and ask Chris any of your questions or, dive into the conversation. But we're going to officially open the floor for you all. So make your requests and definitely don't be shy. Don't be scared. Don't act like a bird unless you want to.
If you are shy, you can just comment the question and we'll ask it for you.
Hey.
Right, because, it's okay. I never really like talking in front of people either. So I get it. I definitely get it. But no, this conversation was absolutely fruitful. It was I feel like I know you so much better now. And that ultimately helps me to listen to the music. And the next step is to just see you live, because I'm excited to see not only the music be performed, but the passion that you possess in the music. I want to see it on stage as well. Do you have any performances coming up? Like anything? I know you just got off tour and all of that with JID. Is it JID or JID?
JID.
It's JID. I be calling that nigga Jid. Like, yo, what's good, Jid, little Jid?
I ain't gonna lie, you call him either or. He be all right.
I was about to say, and I know him and his people, and I still be like, hey, Jid.
I like Jid. It's like 6 leg. It's like 6. Come on now.
6 leg, yeah.
Come on,
but
6 leg. But now we're gonna.
We about to tour next year though. We gonna tour early next year. I got some cool. We doing some cool shit with some cool folks for this early next year. So we got a tour coming very soon.
Ooh, love it, love it, love it. We're not gonna ask you the cities, but just make sure your girls get a little, little pass or something so it could come through. We'll pay the price because we ain't no broke bitches. But let us know.
Nah, it ain't even about that. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all actually doing this is like my favorite conversation I've ever had. Like, first and foremost,
Wow.
Seriously though, like I love when, people want to do their due diligence when it comes to just talking about the music, especially Black women. That's something that I feel like is so that we don't have too many Black women who are speaking up and just having perspective. And I feel like it's so important that you guys are doing this because, again, I'm a Black man. Like, I love to see this shit. This shit's so fire. You know what I'm saying? So I just love that y'all even took the time to have me up here and ask such brilliant questions. Like, genuinely, I'm texting my team on the side like, bro, this is the best shit we ever did. Holy shit. Like, I'm
Maybe
not
what
even
you thought
gonna
we was
lie.
gonna have y'all up here asking you bullshit? Come on, man.
No, but even if y'all did ask me bullshit, I would have had a good ass time with y'all regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, my mama Black, so it's like I feel like I ain't Black really shit. So it's like I was just glad to see that y'all were able to provide not only like amazing questions, but in our discussion, like there's so much insight that I'm getting from just listening to y'all. So like that's fire for me.
I love that.
Oh, we got a question, by the way. So Frey Bomb said, I saw your name is Kristen. What made you go with Chris Patrick as your stage name specifically?
So Kristen, I'm actually named after my dad. So me and him share the same name. And a lot of people, when they read my name, they usually say Christian. And for a very long time, I got really like pissed off about that. So I just went with Chris Patrick. I'm really big on names. Like if your name is Jan, we're not calling you Yan. That's not okay.
Oh my God, I love you.
You feel me? Like your name is your name, and I hate when people keep fucking up my name. So it's like
I respect
Chris Patrick
come
is
on.
easy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to
I'm
make
gonna
it
clip
easier for the
that
people.
and I'm gonna use that for something else.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to have to correct 100 people every day like, yo, my name is Kristen. So I dropped the 10 and just went with Chris Patrick. It was super easy to get across that way.
Nah, I love that. We got a couple MCs in here too. Where y'all questions at? Like y'all ain't low.
Y'all being some sucker ass MCs.
Hey, come on now. Come on now.
Niggas be getting shy all the time. Like, come on, don't do this. But no.
I had a question for you. What of everything you've ever released, what is a song that impressed you? Like, damn, I wrote this shit.
There's a couple. I think the one that I love the most is Huntro's Prayer on the project because a lot of people don't really know it. My homie got locked up a little minute ago. Them first 3 verses are from his perspective watching the blow up. And that last verse is my perspective when I found out. Now, granted, sometimes I have like this out of body experience when I write. I don't realize what I'm writing until I finally hear it. And it's like, whoa, I wrote that shit? That's crazy as fuck. I don't even know what I was thinking when I did that. So that for me is probably my number one song I created. And it was just like, damn, wow, didn't know I could do that.
I actually love that you brought that up because I wanted, before we close, but I might as well just bring it up now. I was going to say that I love that you closed with that in particular because the production felt very like anticlimactic. And then the song itself, even though it wasn't your story, it felt very reflective. And I felt like it was like the perfect way to close the project out.
I appreciate you saying that. You follow us every day on the Jits or just, praying for our success. And I feel like in the entirety of Pray For Me, it isn't just about like people praying for me, but it's also praying for the individuals that I came with as well too. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, it's a story created by the homies, for the homies, all over the world type shit. So that's really the best way that we try to make that world. I'm really happy that you appreciated that because again, we almost ain't get that record, but we was fighting tooth and nail and we got that shit.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful that you did because it's like, even though your homie can't be there with you physically, you're still telling his story for him. I thought that was beautiful.
Very beautiful. That's hip hop,
Absolutely. We all go up
man.
together.
That's hip hop, yo. Like, come on, you upholding this shit. I love this shit. I love the game. I love the game.
I love the game.
We got people up here now, though. So I guess we can start with Midwest Young, and then
it was Kami first. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So Kami, Midwest, The Bomb, and then JC Woods.
All right, what's up, Kami?
What's the word, y'all? How y'all doing?
Bless, highly favored, feeling good.
Come on now, you know what I'm saying? The Lord hold us. What's going on? CP, you know the deal. But I ain't so excited. Yeah, come on now. I'm waiting for you to come back to Minnesota. You playing. But so my question is, right, because like we kind of talked about in the court and stuff like that too, but I want to expand on this question a little bit for you, right? So, okay, we got X-Files, right? We got The Calm, and now we got new project, Pray For Me, right? So kind of like I asked you last time, that whole transition from X-Files to The Calm, right? We kind of seen that. What was the transition from The Calm to Pray For Me? Because it's a really big difference, in my opinion. Like the projects are very similar, but they have like very different sounds, and it sounds like you went through a really big transition period, right? But not like just on a mental level. It felt like a lot more emotional, especially with the prayer verses. Like my favorite track is the first track. That shit hit every time. I don't care what nobody say. Because I lost my bro not too long ago as well, too. And my auntie and stuff like that as well, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and we not lying. Like, the economy is on bullshit right now. Like, I just spent all my money on rent. I'm broke as hell. So, like, I want to know kind of what that transition was from The Calm to Pray For Me and, like, what kind of, I would say, encapsulated that.
I feel like the biggest difference between the two projects was mindset. I remember before Pray For Me, when I was like starting my part-time job, me and my dad had a long talk, and he was just like, if this is the path that God set out for you, you just gotta be okay with it and be patient that like everything that you worked for is coming to you, and don't be too hard on yourself because you already accomplished a lot. I feel like The Calm was created from a sense of urgency. There's a lot of desperation in it, whereas Pray For Me was kind of created from a patient place. Like, granted, you can still hear the urgency and desperation, but there's a lot more control that is exhibited across the entire project. The Calm sounds like, yeah, bruh, niggas is sleeping on me. Boom, 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 boom. We got to get this shit. Whereas Pray For Me sounds like, you know what, niggas are sleeping on me, but that really don't matter because at the end of the day, what's more important to me is seeing through this journey like I told myself I would like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Like there's so much like there's so much confidence in Pray For Me because I'm just secure with where I am as a person. I told the team before we dropped this motherfucker, like, hey, bro, I don't know what this shit gonna do, but if as long as it's impactful, I'm with that shit. Whereas I've never really approached any project like that before in my career. So, I just think with Pray For Me, there's a confidence there that you can hear and feel as you listen to every record.
Can I say something else too? I think from my experience of the album, what I got more from the album is duality, right? Like there was a lot of times where it's like one track would feel very confident and there's another track where you feel insecure almost, where you're expressing your insecurity and the things that you're dealing with as an artist who still has not reached the heights that you want to reach or feel like you should have reached already. I think you did a really good job of putting your humanity on display where it's just like you could reach all of these heights and still feel like you have insecurities even in your confidence. Like confidence doesn't mean insecurity disappears.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the first project I feel like I could openly do that and not feel a way about it. It's like, sometimes I feel like when I write, there is a level of, at least in the past, I used to pull punches with my shortcomings, but this is the first time I was willing to put my shortcomings on display and be okay with it being heard, seen the way it was. Cause I don't know, I just felt good about where I was. Like, if this is what people gonna get, like, patience. I was so comfortable in the fact that I'm still working toward this. Even putting my insecurity out there ain't feel like a problem no more. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
Love it. Love it. We love vulnerability over here in case you ain't even know. Okay. Next speaker, Cammy, is that all you got, my man?
Oh yeah. Me and CP gonna chop it up later. We cool.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Hit me.
Yeah, we go. That's mellow right there. We gotta chop it up later. We check. I'm just here to support.
That's
That's
what's
it.
winning there. We heard you. We heard you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say. Okay, I got you.
Come on, now, gang.
Don't say, Jack.
Hey, okay. Yeah.
We thank you, Cammy. Thank you. Let me stop being an asshole. I love y'all. Okay. Who did I say was next? The Bomb? No, Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I don't know.
The Bomb.
Okay.
The Bomb, go ahead.
Go ahead, The Bomb.
Okay, so hi, how y'all do?
Good, how are you?
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm good. So I felt what you said. First, I just want to say, Chris, I felt what you said about people name. I don't play about people name either. My name is actually Frankie. People swear it's Frank, Francesco, Freddie.
Yeah, you saw him.
But my government is Frankie. Frankie. F-R-A-N-K-E.
Oh, that's fire.
Anyway.
I fuck with that.
Appreciate it. Anyway, okay, so I'm a big I listen to a lot of like women rap, like that's just like my bag. But I also listen to the guys too. But I really want to know who are, some of the, I feel like people don't ask guy rappers this a lot. Who are some of the women rappers that you like? Because I'm a very big Doechii fan. Milan, I love you too.
We love you.
Thank you. I think you do great performing. I've seen you both times at Doechii's concert in Atlanta. So anyway, but yeah, I wanted to know who your favorite, who are some of the girls that are like out right now that you like, oh, I wouldn't mind collabing with them, or I respect what they're doing and I could bump this.
Oh my God, yeah, you go, girl. I'm not
I know that's
right. A lot of people do not know this shit about me, but I am the biggest Doja Cat fan ever.
Okay.
Now, he do be doing some, questionable feet in the chat room shit, right? But like, from an artist standpoint, she is brilliant. Like, I can't lie. Like, she's phenomenal. I think Doechii damn near rap better than everybody. I'm not just saying that because you hear that shit in my
I have no comment, but thank you. Thank you.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Absolutely phenomenal. There's actually, I think she might be in here, but there's a Jersey artist that I love, Soul Child. She's phenomenal.
She's fire.
Love Soul Child. Oh my God, Soul Child, love you.
So crazy. Something about Sexy Red and Glorilla scratches an itch. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like
It's that southern draw. You need
yeah.
You do.
I'm saying like the Black experience is a multitude of shit. It ain't just one thing. I need everything.
Yeah, that's why I was so happy you mentioned Sexy Red earlier, because me and my family talk about this all the time. We got an aunt in my family that looks and acts just like Sexy Red. And we say all the time, every time we see Sexy Red, we be like, that's Auntie Holly if she ever got famous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I never shade her. Do I agree with everything Sexy Red do? Hell no. I don't agree with everything my auntie do,
Yeah. love it down though. You know what I'm saying? Because like some days I want to go out and it's like never would have made it. But then at the same time, it's like it's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees.
I ain't got no nigga and I ain't got me. I'm wearing booty shorts and my paper long.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God, you sounded like her just now.
it's dichotomy and like I need that too. I need that. So like, you know, I do like a lot of the women artists. I do think Lotto would be crazy. Lotto ass.
Lotto is the one, okay?
Yeah, Lotto.
Lotto. I remember when Lotto Project dropped, I was playing that intro. I was rapping that motherfucker every day when I woke up. I said, damn, she done got my ass.
Georgia Peach, yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah, Georgia Peach. I'm like, damn, okay.
Can we talk about too? I'm curious to know, going back to like that blog era sound of rap, because I feel like Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares changed the game for intros a little bit, like especially with the women MCs. You see a lot of the women MCs like channel that energy with their intros now. But I'm curious to know, Chris, before we get into the other Q&As, like who were some, aside from Kendrick, we know you love Kendrick down. But were there any like blog era artists that you know listen to and still listen to this day from that era?
Yeah, you know, we got the calls, obviously. Sometimes I fuck up the timeline and shit, but like I feel like I said this one time that like, you know, Wale, ASAP, they all live in that same world too.
Yes.
For me. So
Yes.
like
Love ASAP.
you know what I'm saying? Like there's some ASAP project. I gotta go look up, see which ASAP project it is, but there's an ASAP project I still play to this day type shit.
Thank you.
I play all of them. Is it Testing? Is it Lord? Which one?
I mean, is it the Long Live ASAP one? I think it's that one.
That's the one I saw too.
That one is
fucking crazy.
That's a cultural body of work.
Staple.
It
Yes,
is.
that's a staple.
That's a staple.
It's like literally. I don't think y'all understand. ASAP Rocky had niggas in Cleveland walking around looking like him. Everybody in Cleveland, because of that Bone Thugs connection. You know, I grew up around Bone Thugs. That was the first people all that harmonizing and shit. Like, yeah, but
but like that shit important.
Wanting to look like ASAP.
Yeah.
They really did. Wale, obviously, too. I love Wale. He cold as hell. Big Sean. You know, fuck with Big Sean.
Wait. Okay. Who else we got? Bomb. Was that the rest of your question, my love? Bomb diggity bomb.
Actually,
Go ahead.
I did. Actually, that was the end of my question. I also just wanted to say, I actually just put it in the comments too, just in case you didn't ask me. Anyway, me, Malloy, and Chris, we all Pisces. That's dope. I just want to say that.
Wait, Chris.
It's Capricorn season, so you're not doing that. Okay.
Everybody,
Hey, listen.
don't let me mute everybody.
Pisces real quick.
Don't let me mute everybody on this stage real quick.
Y'all don't be bringing up astrology enough for me. I said, let me put this in here.
Nah, that's real. And the thing is, they be giving Pisces a lot of flack, but like, we good people.
We great people. Now,
we gotta work through our
now,
shit,
Chris,
but
I'm gonna be
That's
honest.
why we so
I'm
vulnerable.
gonna be honest. I don't know about the men. I don't know about the men. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You gonna have to be like the PR person for the men of the Pisces. But it's cool. I fuck with you, Chris. You doing a good job.
I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say, I don't know about the women.
Oh, my God.
Hey, hold on, listen. I will say, every Pisces woman I done ran into, they got it, folks. They got it for sure. They the shit. 10 out of 10 every time. Pisces women and Aquarius women, hands down. 10 out of 10. Y'all got that, folks, for sure.
Thank
you, Cammy.
I actually have a theory. On why a lot of Pisces men are like considered like trash by a lot of people. It's because like you know, the world makes you think that men are supposed to be super, super hard and stuff all the time and not have emotions. And Pisces just not like that. So I think men, they be trying to like overcompensate and be like quote unquote tough guys and all that. And I think that's like what makes it like they're like fighting internal stuff. I think that's what it is.
My dad a Pisces, and he will cry in a heartbeat, and so will I, because my Venus in Pisces. So not too much on the Pisces, okay?
Thank you. There you go.
Only the Pisces to talk about the Pisces. That's
And
it.
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
And that's Capricorn. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
But my Venus sign is in Pisces. That's how I love.
And we love men who cry. I was on this side.
No.
Okay, we do.
Be on your Jody shit. Cry for me, nigga.
Cry for me, nigga.
Come
That
on.
part.
My dad saw him crying, because then he gonna be crying. I'll be like, all right, here the Pisces go. It's going. It's on. Like,
All right, who else we got? Midwest. From the Midwest? What's good?
Yeah. What up, man?
where's he from? Because
I'm from Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota.
And thank you for being so engaged,
Yes,
by the way. He was
yeah,
commenting the whole time. I appreciate you for
I was
that.
tapped in. I needed this because, I go by Juice Lord. I've been rapping about 10 plus years. About 2 years ago, I went on my first tour with this guy named Prof. He's a big independent artist out of Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt that same way, like just coming down from that, man, and from that high and everything, you know. And it's a motherfucker when you still gotta go back and work in these schools with the kids and all that, and you still at the same time pursuing this dream. So what I want to say to you, bro, is you doing everything you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this conversation has been amazing, dog. You know what I'm saying? What else? What else I want to say? I'm also a Taurus, by the way. I hope y'all fuck with Tauruses a little bit.
My dad was a Taurus.
Shout out to the
I love
Taurus.
Taurus.
You know what I mean?
Earth sign, okay.
But yeah, no, for real though, man. Like, man, I needed this conversation tonight because when I see cats like you, Ruben, you know, just all of y'all right now, even like your Domanis, even like your LaRussells, is really like a resurgence of motherfuckers that really got something to say, bro. And like, you know, your project, it kind of it's vulnerable, and it's like kind of like how I don't know if you mess with Saba like that, but you know, he had a project called Care for Me, and
Yeah, that's my daughter.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and I opened up for him in like 2016. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of highs and lows in my shit, man. But like to still be patient, like you know, that's probably my favorite song off your project. But to still have that patience to still pursue this thing, man, is it's just showing me that you know all of us are in the right place. Even you know you ladies right now, like it's a couple of y'all right now in the blog in the not blogging space, but like you know in the journalism space that are really reporting the people that need to be heard.
We're not journalists, by the way.
Well,
I'm not a journalist.
but I'm saying y'all
Yeah,
doing
but
it.
clear.
you know what you mean.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you.
My bad,
We
my
love
bad.
thank
My bad on my terms and all.
I want no beef with y'all journalist assholes. I am not a journalist. Thank you.
No, I hear that, but sometimes I mix them up. But but still, y'all covering like you know when you speak a blog era, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, it wasn't just you know your Kendricks and Drakes. It was your Dom Kennedys. It was your you know the cool kids. You know what I'm saying? It was like your Walkers and Two Chain, like that Piff era, like you know, it's just so like come on, live mixtape. So that's what it feels like, bro, right now for and just from my view and where I'm at right now. So I just really been sitting here in the kitchen, fucked up some tacos and just been listening to y'all talk and commenting, bro. But you know, just want to say, yo, you doing your thing. I tried to catch you when you was in Minnesota, but I had some shit going on. But yeah, no, you doing the right thing, bro. And a lot of the shit you just said that y'all been talking about has kind of been validating where I've been at, because you know it get cold as shit up here, and you kind of like after, you know, I just dropped the project, and after doing all that shit, it's like man, it's cold as shit, man. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do next year. It's like you kind of get down on yourself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So. You know, you just showing me that I'm doing the right thing. I just want to let you know you doing the right thing, bro. Everything moving the way it need to.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you saying that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I feel like the only thing I really can say is that there's more beauty in the patience that comes with the pursuit than actually arriving there. So as you're moving through your everyday life, trying to get to that next big win, like always know that the journey to that win will always be more exciting. Like everything you have to do to get there will be the pieces you remember. Because when you get the win, you know what happens? You start right back at the bottom of that shit again, and you got to climb up that motherfucking tower. So definitely appreciate where you are in the moment, because again, as things continue to change, those moments won't come back to you.
yeah, 100%, 100%, man. So yeah, no, I just enjoyed y'all conversation, and yo, I'm gonna be tapping in more to what y'all got going on this
Appreciate you, bro.
Twitter.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you, Midwest, and keep your head up
you know.
high.
Yeah, I love what you said about success too, because I was talking about that earlier. I feel like as creatives, I think success is fleeting personally, and I think to Chris's point, like once you reach whatever thing that you're considering success, you always want to reach for something else. So I think what you should be reaching for is fulfillment.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Indeed.
This is this weird thing I've been going through recently. Like sometimes I go watch the Casanel Mafia-thon shit, and like I'll live in the Man in the Garden moment and not even want to finish it, because it's like, damn, I can't never do that shit again. Like, yeah, in that moment it felt so much more impactful, because like it's a culmination of so many feelings that I've been holding on to for so many years. And when it's over, it's over. Like everybody's like, it's lit. But like being in that moment, actually getting that shit off is way different than like after it's all said and done and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel all of this, man. But I think it's just the ebbs and flows of being a creative, like Jan said. So fulfillment is better than anything. And the journey, we always trying to get to the end goal of things. I always tell niggas the end goal is death. I don't know about y'all. But when the end, niggas is dead. That's the end goal. You die. So let's enjoy the journey to that last, hoorah, if you will. Okay?
Roll it till it falls.
Roll it till it fall. Okay. Who we got next up?
Well,
JC.
before we ask another question, we do have Soul Child up on stage now. Yeah.
Hey, Soul Child, you're dope. My homegirl is Ricky Monique, man. Congrats, yo.
Steal my soul, child. I just had to
You heard it?
Go ahead now.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
We can
Hey,
hear
y'all.
you.
Hi.
All right. I really do have a question, though. All right, so I go by the name Soul. I'm also a Pisces, so no Pisces, hatred is tolerated. Actually, DJ Miss Mama, I think we have the same birthday.
What? On the 16th of March?
16th, March 16th.
Wow.
Oh, we are twins.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
All
What's
right,
so special?
Chris, I have a question, right? I know that you ran track at a collegiate level, and you said that you have a competitive spirit.
Yeah.
As a person who did organized sports and also live in this rap world, I want to know if there's any lessons or quotes or sayings that your coaches or mentors might have said to you. Like, for example, one of my coaches would say, to be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is suicidal because we had to run suicides. Or we couldn't walk across the grass because we're not allowed to take shortcuts in life. So do you have any of those?
Wow, that's a really good one. I don't have any direct quotes, but I do remember when I was in college, one of my coaches used to always, hammer into my head. It was like, if you prepare the way you're supposed to prepare, when it's game day, you just got to show up and be you. I feel like that's something that I've based a lot of how I operate on. There's a lot of preparation that happens on our side to do just the basic things, but I would rather be able to show up to something and not have to think because I've already practiced this 1,000 times over than to have to get on a stage or have to show up for something and start doubting whether or not I'm ready. So I feel like that's been my big thing, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the hyper competitive shit. I can't control what the next person's gonna do to me, do with me in terms of the space of what we got going on. But if I prepare myself to the highest level and I've literally covered every single possible outcome, my chances of winning or whatever it is I'm trying to do greatly increase. And at that point, it becomes a super easy thing. So I'm just big on preparation.
Cool beans.
I
appreciate that.
Anybody that did sports understand that, everything that you said too.
Yeah.
Because that they always say you got to.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry. My fault. What's good, y'all? I appreciate y'all having this combo. And then, Chris, great project. My question for you, Chris, though, is how have you been adjusting to all the attention that you've been getting lately? Do you feel like you really have a lot of pressure on you? Do you feel like you've got every single thing as another opportunity like Mafia-thon? Have you had to change anything in the upcoming project? How's that been for you?
You know what's crazy? I said this to somebody the other day too. I'm like, bro, I don't really feel no pressure from this because I didn't put so much pressure on myself just to get to this point. I don't think that there's any pressure that the world could put on me that I already haven't put on myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not any cockiness, but I just feel like the mind is the most powerful thing. I've already put myself through the rigors every single day. At this point, I'm pretty much battle tested. With all the extra eyes that come with it, again, it don't really mean much to me. I mean, I'm grateful for it, but it don't really mean much to me in terms of the pressure state because, I've been prepared for this for so long, bro.
I feel you. I respect that for real. And then second question, if I'm allowed to ask a second question. Basically, I know you went on tour with Russ and then you had that tour with Jid. What kind of lessons would you say you've learned from both of those? And then how does that compare versus touring just for yourself?
I think the biggest thing, it's so funny because again, two different tours. With the Jid one, it was really just I think the big thing I learned was the breath control. I always had it, but as I'm watching Jid, I'm like, okay, I could figure out how to really work in certain pockets and, where to take certain words out, where to add certain things, where to keep the ball rolling for myself. That Russ tour though, I learned a lot about just crowd engagement. That was something crazy. Biggest show we did on the Russ tour was 18,000 people. That was in I forgot what venue it was, but 18,000 people. And that shit was crazy for me. But at the end of the day, leading up to that show, we've been practicing so much crowd engagement. I think it made me a better performer. So by the time I get to the jizz shit, it's just breath control at that point. I already know how to entertain a crowd. So at this point, finding my pockets, getting into my rhythms, that was the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying, for me.
Do you feel like going through the tour, you had to adjust the set list based off of crowd engagement, or did you just stick to the set list that you started with?
Oh, hell yeah. It's crazy because, like, the Rust tour and the Jit tour are two separate things. So, like, the Rust one, we on the more melodic side, whereas the Jizz tour, we on the more rapping side. But the Rust tour, we changed the set list at least 12 times up to the sixth show because we want to make sure we was Gucci. And then with the Jit one, it was a little bit easier because it was rap. We only changed the set list about maybe like 5 times. But by the time we got to that fifth one, we was super cold with it. And then by the time we got to show 6 with the Rust tour, we was Gucci with that one too. But the Rust one, we changed that shit. Like, I'm talking about 5 minutes after getting off the first show, we changing the set list. Then we changed it the day up because we like, nah, we not really fucking with this. Let's try this. But it's, you got to be able to work on the fly, like, especially as an opener. The beauty of that is there's no expectation for you as an opener. Nobody know who the fuck you is. So it's like, you just got to go out there and put on a good show. If you kill that shit, not only do you have like, you see all these smiles and shit, but like these people are now super excited about you because they never expected this to happen tonight. They came to see the headliner, but they damn near got a mini headliner before the main headliner.
Hell yeah.
Check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, that's a fact. And I think, to be honest with you, any artist that is opening for artists, like, you have to do your big one. Like, people are coming to see the main act, but when you can impress the people that are just coming in, going to the bar, you know what I'm saying? Like, that really solidifies a lot of things. So congratulations on that.
Hey, appreciate that. I remember when we did the Montreal show with Jid, we had a really good showing that night. I remember when everybody was it was time to leave, there was at least 300 people waiting in line just to talk to me at the merch booth.
Wow.
I thought that was nuts.
That.
But again, there's like a fearlessness that comes with going out on that stage. Everybody's here to see the headliner. They may or may not know you. So at that point, you could literally go out there and shit dead and they wouldn't realize it. If you put on a great show, they're going to remember that shit forever.
Forever. Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you for doing that.
Gotta do your shit right away, for sure.
Yes, I said earlier, I don't know what happened, y'all, but I've been listening to everything. I just wanted to shout out JC Woods again, because how the hell do you have my initials, all my initials, and you from Cleveland?
Damn. Is that a doppelganger? Okay, JC Woods, you next.
You a Taurus too?
No, I'm a Capricorn, but I'm a
Earth sign.
Earth sign.
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, I don't know too much, but I am we stay grounded in that. But no, I just thought that was funny. I said same initials, same city.
We had a couple questions in the chat.
And who else is online over here on the stage? Because we got JC Woods. Did JC Woods go yet? Did you go yet?
Yeah, I already said everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Ms. And
Miz is big A&R. Miz, big Jersey. What's good, nigga?
And then Peyton Rupee. I don't know. I'm sorry. The dyslexia, came up. But yeah.
You're through in the chat. My bad.
My bad. I just really came up here to show y'all love, bro. This shit is so fun.
Aww.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, we was really excited going into this. You know what I mean? I was talking to Jan. Jan asked, like, yo, you want us to send a question? I said, hell no. Like, I want him to.
Because some people ask, because you want to see before we can tell y'all what not to ask. I just wanted to make sure.
Of course.
Because y'all not no scary ass hoes. We like that.
Yeah, bro. And I just wanted bro to give the real answers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a very honest person. So I just wanted to get the real shit. So I'm just happy y'all brought a lot of good ass conversations. I just came up here to show y'all some love for it.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. And you know what? It makes it easier when the guests can actually engage in the conversation, because, it'd be like pulling teeth with certain people. But you, it's like, listen, we could talk all day and night, my mans, So I like that. I love that.
Appreciate that. Again, I got to just say, like, Miz my right hand man. We done worked on every single project together. One thing I love about Miz, he never gonna sit here and just give me a yes if he ain't thinking that shit fire. If he think that shit weak, he gonna tell me. But that's why the projects keep getting better, for real. So I appreciate it, bro.
Keep people like that around always.
So should be fire, twin. Good job, boy.
Yeah, come on now.
I tried to.
Jan, you said there were some questions in the chat too?
Oh, yeah. So someone asked, who are some engineers you want to work with?
Engineers, like mixing? I think the engineer I work with right now, his name is Cohen. I think he's the most phenomenal person I've had the experience of, like, really sitting down with. We done been in the crib from sun up to sundown just working on records, and I don't really I mean, obviously, there's always room to improve, but what I love about him is there's a desire to improve with him. So it's like, for me, I'm willing to work with anybody who's willing to grow and challenge themselves. So, like, as of right now, just come.
I love that. There's one question in the chat that I want to ask on behalf of Big Heck. Okay. What's your favorite song and album this year, and you can't pick your own?
Man. Let me see. Favorite song this year, favorite album. Damn, there's so many albums, bro. One of my favorite, I'm gonna say this one. I like this one because this is one of the top 5 in my head. But there's an artist named Suave from Atlanta. He got the song called Off the Leash. That shit crazy as fuck.
I hope you was gonna say that shit.
That shit is fire.
I just started listening to him. I like him a lot.
Off the leash, hard. What my hood, hard.
Yeah, my hood, all I do, yeah, hard. Suave, my man's, man. That's my real brother. So, like, you know, he definitely was in like one of my top 5 artists for Spotify, shit like that. So yeah, Billy 2 is a really good project. Off the Leash is a really good song. Then on his No Deluxe, All I Do is another good song that I love. He was doing that shit on a tour with us with Jizz, so that shit was lit as fuck every night.
Wow. You just made me think of other great projects. And that question too that came out this year. Going back to what we talked about earlier, right? Like themes and how the presidency, this administration, how it's impacting our themes, how we perceive, Wale had Everything to Lie. You got Pray For Me. Larry June and 2 Chainz also put out Life is Beautiful. And I think that's interesting as well because it's almost, I love that project as well. But when I think about it in contrast to what we've been talking about, it's almost as if other artists have been trying to figure out their own version of escapism, right? Or what life is beautiful and what that means to them. So I think it's just another way to transmute the current energy that's going on. So I just want to put that out there.
I like the fact that you said that. I never looked at it like that this year, but like everybody's trying to find ways to, put words to their experience. That's a really good point.
One more question from the crowd, from Belly Scorsese.
Let's go.
What's been the more rewarding part of releasing Pray For Me? Having the words to express the life experiences you went through, or just putting it out into the world as a complete body of work?
I think the most rewarding part is hearing back from everybody who's listened to the project. Again, like I was confident in the project because I put my whole ass into that thing. And I felt like I knew it was going to do something in terms of a level of impact, but nothing is more rewarding than reading some of the messages that I've been receiving. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit mean a lot to me to see that like certain songs are resonating. Even people who may not like some shit, that's still fire to me. Like you having an opinion on my music is fire to me. So if somebody hits me and like, hey, bro, I ain't like this song, but this song really did it for me, that's a conversation. It's like, hey, bro, it's so cool. Fuck the song you ain't like. Tell me about what made that song that you did like amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to have a conversation with folks. That shit is so fire.
Now that is fire. I'm happy you asked that question too, because Belly got a project dropping at midnight, Proof of Life. The album is out everywhere. Album cover is shot by a Black woman as well, K Stacks. So, the condo, we're all about uplifting, Black artistry.
Black ass shit. We don't give a fuck about if you offended. We don't give a fuck about you niggas if you don't care.
Man, fuck all y'all. What he said, if it ain't off white, ain't rocking that shit. My fault.
All right, I found another question from Monty's Back For Real. Pray for Don Toliver's bodyguard. To speak. Sorry. I had to say that part too. I'm sorry. But he asks, to see this big wave of dope-ass, real deal, authentic hip-hop artists get recognition is awesome. But how do we feel about it taking this long for real deal music to come back to the surface of society?
Bars, nigga.
I mean, you don't make Thanksgiving dinner every day either. You feel me?
Come on, nigga. With the bars.
And it's taking this long for us to get a good meal. I'm cool with that. But, again, once you see how good the food tastes, you're way more likely to want to have that shit. So you'll start to see, more people pop up. And that's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time in 2016, 2017, all the little niggas, like, I love Uzi. So this is not me talking bad. Like, I love Uzi. But all the rah-rah niggas came around. And that shit was heat, but it's psycho. You know what I'm saying?
Rah is hilarious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love Uzi and the rock and the hips. That shit fire as fuck.
But yeah.
But it takes time,
It don't matter. Yeah, that's my shit. Yeah. Come on, we're not gonna act like Uzi wasn't that nigga. Like, come on, he was. But
Hey, that's dope. I was gonna say too, like I think we had an era too where Griselda came in swinging as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about that. It had a lot of mainstream rappers coming to rock with Griselda. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
the butcher, nigga.
Isn't it so? Isn't it so funny how like you might not? Oh, fucking crying. But isn't it so funny how like you might not know about some shit, and then when some shit bubble to the surface, everybody on it, like everybody's
right now.
feeling for this shit too, just like everybody else. So it's like it's fire to see people breaking through and having a moment. Like perfect example, Doechii. I was paying attention to that shit from the very beginning. It's fire to see her bursting through because now everybody trying to fuck with it. That's heat to me. That's heat.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it. We love the industry plant allegations from you hoe ass nigga.
Hell yeah.
We love that shit. Yeah, give us more. Give us more.
I think industry plant is one of the highest compliments ever because
I agree.
that shit looks so fucking good. Like, it looks so fucking good. It's unbelievable. You know what? Fuck it. I'm
love
playing
that
there.
shit.
I'm gonna play it there. Fuck it.
I
Let's
love
go.
that shit. At first I was kind of offended because it's like, it feels like you kind of disrespecting my sister and her actual work ethic that she does put in, and she's been putting in since day one. But now it's like, yeah, nigga, this is what it looks like to have a team that care about you, that invest in you, to really have your shit tight and right. Yeah, nigga, this is what an industry plant must look like. Then fuck it, we gonna take that shit too.
The shit y'all doing is so unbelievable. Niggas gotta start lying on your names.
They gotta lie.
Fuck it.
When the truth don't work, they start telling lies. Shout out to First Montana.
God.
Watch the ball drop. It's that time of year, Milan.
Listen. Whoa. Come on, we about to play that. Okay, but man, do we have any more?
No, so we got one more from the chat, and then there's somebody just came up. So the chat one is from Black Marble. He said, for people who just started listening to you in your last project, which one of your other projects should he listen to first?
I mean, it's like a Netflix series. You can binge them all. I'm not going to tell you which one to go to. Whichever you decide to fall into is the one you decide to fall into. They all my kids. I don't got no favorite kid. You know what I'm saying? I do, but I'm not going to tell that to y'all. So I would just say, if you were interested in taking a spin at the discography, start from the beginning and build it up. I feel like that's going to be the most rewarding for you as you watch the story unfold.
I agree. It's funny because I actually wasn't going to ask that question because I figured you was going to say that, but you heard it from the source.
Exactly. I ain't got no favorite kids. Shit.
Kate, what's up? Thanks for joining.
Hey, peace and blessings, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
indeed.
We can.
I got my Bluetooth headset on, man. I just want to let you know, Chris, man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Nah, straight up, man. I'm proud of you, man. I've been following along for quite some time, man. You, Suave Billy, Marco, Ben Riley, Zaya Bell, Soul Child. I've been listening. I've been tapped in for a long time, and I love what y'all are bringing to the table, man. Like, kudos to y'all. Y'all keeping it authentic. Y'all keeping it raw, man. I love it. This is the hip hop that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just resurging back. Because I came up in the blog era, so I'm super proud of you, man. You just keep doing your thing, man. Stay focused, stay driven, keep that hunger, man, because it's gonna take you a long way, bro. And your success in it, by the way, I just want to give y'all some advice, man. Y'all success in it. It doesn't have to be the glitz and the glamour. Of course, y'all can get the glitz and the glamour. That's cool. But whatever success looks like to you is what's most important. Whatever it looks like to you is what's most important, man. So y'all just keep it up, man. Y'all keep giving that good message, man. Y'all keep it authentic. Y'all keep it raw. Y'all keep it real. And I just want to thank y'all, man. I'm proud of you,
brother. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. You might see me around, man. I'll be in the studios too, man. If you ever need any live instrumentations, just let me know. I know some folks. I also play trumpet, so I got y'all whenever.
Hey, just follow you, bro. Definitely, let's keep in touch.
Most
yeah,
definitely.
for sure. When him and Terrence Martin do their compilation together, he definitely gonna call you for them horns and shit.
Hell yeah.
Got you. Miz, I know you the A&R and shit, but you gotta give me a little point on that, okay? Thank you.
For sure. I got you. Yeah,
but we are coming to a close, and every episode we do something that we call the set list, where we put our listeners on to a couple things that we've been listening to throughout the week, throughout the month. It doesn't have to be music. It could be books, films, interviews, whatever. So considering that you got to rap, what would you have on your set list for this week, Chris?
So just anything in general, right?
Yeah.
It could be a restaurant, it could be a book, a movie, music you've been listening to, like whatever it is that you've been diving into, put it on your set list for this week.
For sure. There's a book I just read called Relentless. It's by Tim S. Grover. He was one of the trainers who trained Kobe and Michael. And he just talks about the mindset of a superstar athlete, how there was never an excuse or an obstacle that lived in the mind of the greats. It was always just solutions. How can we make this better? Cool, we're going to do this. I don't like the way that shot hit the rim. It should have been all night. All net. Cool, we're going to do this. And I feel like what I've fixated more so on, more than anything now, is the mindsets of successful people, more than like this actual success of these individuals. So that's all I got.
You know,
love
crazy.
that.
One of my best friends put me on that book. That's the last book I bought. That's so ironic.
That shit fire.
It is.
You know, because we educated baddies over here. You know what I'm saying? We know how to use big words too.
You and your go yard, you go girl.
You're so funny.
It's so funny. That's hilarious, bro. That
Big mama, no kids.
maybe
you're big words.
Okay, y'all. Who's next on the set list? Go ahead. What are y'all crazy girls?
Jazzy.
Damn, now y'all don't want to go.
I can go. Hold on. So on my set list, I have this girlfriend. She dropped a single called Deep that I've been loving. I actually do a new series called The Grid where I highlight all the releases that I really love from this week. And that was one of the songs that I highlighted. Marco Plus, Kai Cash, excuse me, and Jinx have a single called Call It Out that's on Marco Plus's album that I really loved. Seven Streeter has a new single called 97 that I'm really feeling. Victor is an artist that was put on to a week ago. He kind of has like a very trap soul 90s R&B feel to his sound, but it's like refreshed. So his EP's called Figure It Out. I've been listening to that pretty heavily. Akia also dropped an album called Dumb Crazy Stupid. Maya the Dawn released her single Miss Irresponsible that I love. A Mindy, shout out to her. She also dropped an EP this week called Me Right Now. And then lastly, my playlist, The Grid, which was formerly R&B Grid, if you've been following me for a couple years, but brought that back, and I'm going to be highlighting all the releases that I love on a weekly basis. And that's my set list.
Damn, I'll go nuts. I am going to put me and Jan's birthday on my set list because we are Capricorn girls. I'm January 5th. My sister is a January girl too. So that's on the set list. If you got a Capricorn in your life, love them, care for them, appreciate them. Second on my set list is the Pray For Me album from Chris Patrick. My standout single is Ramen Noodles. That's my shit. Also, my boy Lavelle is in here. He got the album Proof of Life dropping at midnight, 9 p.m. PST, because that nigga is in Cali, California, LA to be exact. The album's dropping. You might hear your girl on the usual sign, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you check that out. I am also a big lover girl in terms of lover of film, books, and TV, and I have been revisiting Ruth and Boaz again. I hope I'm saying it right. Y'all know I can butcher some words. If you don't know, you know. But Ruth and Boaz was really good. I'm watching that on Netflix. It's really dope. Also, there's a book called 7 Days in June that I'm revisiting by Tia Williams. Black love story. I'm all for Black romance. Super, super dope. I want to shout out True Religion. They've been doing some amazing campaigns with artists, and I feel like a lot of these brands should take note. The fact that they took a Cash Doll song, Ice Me Out, that's 10 years old at this point, and turned it into a campaign is super dope. So I want to shout out the True Religion winter campaign this year. Also, to close out 2025, I just want to give some more love to Olandria. She's been killing it. She recently spoke at Harvard. She recently was on the cover of Glamour as their holiday issue. And I think she has literally just shattered whatever perception it was to be a Love Island reality, whatever star. I love it. And I love, Housewives. So shout out to the Real Housewives of Potomac. I am watching, and the girls are good. So that's my set list, y'all.
All right, y'all. So my set list would be, of course, Chris Patrick's Pray For Me album. We're going to add that to this week's set list. Of course, the whole thing, because it was 9 for 9 for me, okay? Tiara Thomas, new single, Kiss Me. Definitely feeling that vibe from her. I listened to an artist, Gwen Bunn, Too Many Things is a single that I definitely am vibing with. Say Now, I believe they're like a pop group. They have a single called Supermarket. I thought that shit was really cute. I'm loving, the pop girlies that's, bringing back the girl groups that actually can dance and sing. Thank you very much. Old school a little bit because, we are missing Yearning in R&B so much. So shout out to Donnell Jones. I was listening to his project and I heard Yearning and I was like, bring this back, niggas. Shout out to Jay Versace, amazing producer. He dropped one of, I feel like, my favorite sound right now is called Scene. He previewed it on TikTok and I was like, you need to drop that for real, my nigga. And it actually is a single out right now, Scene. So I love that shit. Tweet and Missy Elliott, going back in the day, turn the lights. Missy, I'm just saying, Missy deserves her things for real. And Tweet, she also deserves her things a lot. Trim, I know everybody been listening to Trim, I want to blah, but I do like that new song, Taxi, that she got going on. I think Trim, I like her a lot. I know she gets a lot of comparisons to the Pink Wig Lady because of the voice and everything, but let the girls have their things, okay? I like her a lot. She's fun. She's cute. Let's give her 10s. Soap and Skin. Now, this is like a kind of like a rock song that I heard. I've been hearing it on like different TikToks. I'm telling you, TikTok be giving me the vibes. But I've been hearing it on different TikToks. And I was like, what the fuck is this song? Because they put it like with movie clips and shit like that. And it makes the fucking clips like, ooh, it just brings it to another level. Plus, I'm in the space of like really studying film and like, scores and all of that crazy shit. Because, of course, one day I am going to score a film or a few films. I am going to win an Emmy. I'm going to win an Oscar. I'm going to do the thing. So I've been listening and watching a lot of movies and shit like that. And that song to me, I was like, God damn, that's a great fucking song for like big film movies. Anyways, Josh Levy featuring Flo, Crash Out, definitely feeling that vibe. Masego, bring your ass to the front. I love Unhinged, but I'm gonna need you to cut that second part, my nigga, and make that a full song. I don't know what we got going on where we just want to leave the people for dead, but I need that whole part, okay? Get so bitter with the nut. I love that shit. I love Masego, okay? Now, I found out on Twitter that the singer Nyla or Niley, am I saying it right? Is it Nyla Yarn, our R&B princess who knows all of the facts?
What's the songs? I'm not sure who you're talking about.
It's I Love Nyla. Nali. I think it's Nyla. Okay, well, Nyla, what I heard and what I learned is that she's actually the singer Jimmy Cozier's daughter. Sometimes I love me, sometimes I love her not. Y'all know that song? No? Oh my God. Anyways, Jimmy Cozier, yes, that is his daughter. So I love the nepotism that's happening currently right now. She's a super fire R&B artist. If you don't know her, Nali is how you spell it. Go check out her project and her album. And I love that she has, her dad was also in it.
Oh, no. Nali. I'm like, who are you talking about?
Yes. Okay. There we go. Nally. There we go.
I'm sorry.
I told y'all.
Yeah, I was definitely confused. She's dope. Phenomenal.
Okay. Well, now y'all know. I told y'all. Okay. I'm going to get the name right, though. And last but not least, I've been watching the morning show on Apple TV because I'm an Apple TV girl now officially. I kind of, I didn't want to bite the bullet because I feel like we just got literally different streaming services. Niggas just need to come together and make cable again, but whatever. So I finally got Apple TV and I've been watching the morning show. Cast is phenomenal. I'm talking about like the show to me is amazing. I'm almost done with the season and then I'm going to get into what's the other one? Not Succession. What the fuck is the other one? I forgot the name of that shit. I just got to brain fart real quick. My bad, y'all. Anyways, we're just going to end it with the morning show, okay? And that is my personal set list for this week and this last live episode of Reasonable Dialogue podcast with our very special guest in the Condeezy, the one and only legend already. We're not even going to say in the making, legend already, because we speak in absolutes. Chris Patrick, y'all.
And appreciate y'all ever having me. This has been amazing.
Yes. No, it has been amazing. I was just gonna say, sis, that show I think you talking about is the studio.
Yes, there we go. That's the other S word. Thank you. Add that to my set list. The studio.
That show is fire.
Yeah.
I started watching that on the plane. I was like, okay, that's the next show that we finna tap all the way into. So the studio and the morning show, I just love the TV concept, behind the scenes kind of thing. So I definitely love both of the shows. So yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all watch Game of Thrones at all? Y'all was big Game of Thrones fans?
Yes. Every time I say this, everybody's like, ugh.
What's the show that Cersei is on Netflix right now? That's so crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's like it got a Western vibe to it, but if you know Cersei is from Game of Thrones, she in a new show on Netflix. It's crazy.
See, I'm not a Game of Thrones girl, but I'm a Harry Potter girl. And around this time, I revisit Harry Potter a lot. So I do that. And I will say, shout out to, again, to Chris Patrick and everything that you're doing, because I think it's also in alignment, because I can't forget him on my set list either. Chris, if you're on there, I got to make sure my boy Shador Sanders is on there as well. He is now for the Cleveland Browns, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to put that on there before we go out. But like, shout out to everybody, all the Black kings and queens that refuse to let white supremacy hold us down. Because we will revolt.
Amen.
And we're going to look good while we revolt. You feel me? We ain't
I was
gonna
about
look
to say
like
some
bombs.
shit, but I'm gonna keep it PG. I was about to say some shit, but I'm gonna go ahead keep it PG. But the whites don't want no smoke.
Now, I just wanted to say, Chris, thank you for coming on, and Miz, thank you for orchestrating this. This is amazing, and I'm just really proud of everything that you're becoming and who you are, and just being able to stay true to your vision from day one. Like, I don't think who you are has changed. It's just gotten better and better and better over time, and I'm just really proud to say I was first.
Hey, I appreciate you even having me up here. Like, this has been absolutely phenomenal. It's to the point where, like, I forgot I was sick. I'm over here having a good ass time with y'all, so thank you.
We love that, and we appreciate y'all.
Keep mashing, dog. Keep mashing.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you please subscribe. Make sure you please show love to the podcast. We're coming back 2026 bigger, better, stronger, and more better.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Jazz.
It's your girl, DJ Miss Milan.
And it's your girl, Jan Sneed. Thank you guys for tapping into another episode of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast. Thank you guys for tapping in every week and spending time with your favorite girls at the condo. We really, really appreciate the love you guys pour into us. And if you're rocking with the conversations, make sure you follow us on all socials. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Reasonable Dialogue. And be sure to rate, subscribe, comment, like, tell a friend to tell a friend, and be sure to stay reasonable.